Think we are live. As always, if you can hear me and if I sound all right, hit that number 1. Mic on, mic. Yep, mic should be on. Yeah, I think we're good. Emmy, very good. Looks like we are in business. Make sure I'm centered up here. There we go. All right, Bruce. Good. Hopefully everybody's day's going pretty well so far. Made 330 by accident. Hey, better than losing 330 by accident. I don't think today was too crazy. Yesterday's morning, at least for me, was very, very tricky. I would say this morning's action was pretty textbook. Hard. Now, granted, there's some hindsight stuff going on here, but I mean, it pulled back here, found some support very nicely at the purple line before getting the nice move up, and then the pullback to the purple line. That is what generated that right there for me on the $930. Whereas yesterday on the flip side of things, buying that pullback here would have just gotten you crushed, because if you remember yesterday, there was that big snap back down. Before it snapped back up, before it then just really continued on down. So I don't know if I'm seeing the market better, but the market seems to be behaving a little bit better than it was previously. And then even right here, a good little example. I mean, a pretty basic trend line right there. Price broke it. That was a little rough. Broke, came back down. But even that pullback right there is not like it was some sort of like nasty lower shadow that would have knocked out all the longs that were playing the breakout. So a little bit of patience was required there, but came back up and is now, as I speak, in the middle of a very nice breakout right now. So, I mean, hard to kind of complain about things as far as... No, I'm not saying that it was impossible to lose money today, but I think, at least for me, the market behaved a whole lot smoother than it did yesterday. How's everybody's day here going, though? Assad, I believe market is moving up because Trump can't fire Powell. Yeah, I don't know why. I can tell you why the market's moving up. I can give you a guaranteed answer, but why that's the case, your guess is as good as mine. The market is moving up because as of now, there are more buyers than sellers. That is the fact of the matter. The markets are moving up right now because there are more buyers than sellers. Now, why are there more buyers than sellers? Well, that's where we can get ask a million different people and get a million different replies as to why that's the case. But that's the actual reason on why the market's moving up. Just basic supply and demand. Asking for a payout on Apex today. That's fantastic, Bruce. Good job. Always good when payouts are being requested. As always, if you've been here before, then we're going for another 125 likes today. Definitely got to get up to 100 likes within the first 2 hours. So if you've been here before and you know that you're going to enjoy, then make sure you hit that like button. If you've never been here before, welcome. It's great to have you. No need to hit the like button because I totally understand. You have no idea if you're going to like this or not. But do not forget to hit that like button if you've been here before and know that you're going to enjoy. And I don't know if this ever does anything, but I'm going to refresh because something's a little thrown off on my end, but I don't think it'll throw anything off. All right, there we go. Now I can rest easy. So yeah, how are people's days going? What's not to like? I know what's not to like about this. I mean, come on now. What's not to like? I agree with that sentiment. So hard to even think about going long here, as seemed as though there, and I mean, I guess maybe a little bit of a pullback. But if you're looking to play the back test, and you were playing that trend line, well, then you would have never been filled because it never did actually back test. So right now, I'm not sure there's any necessarily longs up here to go short. Seems a little sketchy. I'm going to buy in pullback. All right. Where are you going to buy it on the pullback at? Where do you think the pullback's going to stop pulling back? Which I would assume is where your entry point would be. Let's take a look at the ES. Do we have a rising wedge here on the ES? I don't know. Let's see. Nah, no, I wouldn't call that a rising wedge, which would be a bearish pattern, but I'm not seeing a rising wedge there. Could be interested on a pullback here to the 21 EMA, which is that green line right there, and then would also be a back test of the trend line. Whoops, let's go to new fresh account here. So fresh and so clean. So if you're not familiar, I am trading futures through a prop firm. And the nice thing about prop firms is you can have multiple accounts. And the nice thing about multiple accounts is you can eventually get to the point where you can start to do what I call in Pam's plan here, which is the argument to day trade futures through a prop firm. But part of that is the nuclear explosion growth, where you can copy trade. So with the firm that I'm using, you can have up to 5 accounts at once, and then you can copy trade them. So you can make one trade for $100. But if you copy that same trade to those 4 other accounts, well, then you just made $500 because you made that one $100 trade at the same time 4 other times. So yes, that's the, well, I don't know if that should be your goal, but I'm just saying that that is a possibility within the world of prop firms to be able to trade multiple accounts. And so that is why you're now looking, wait, where'd your numbers go? Because I've switched accounts because, again, you can have multiple accounts. So just a little bit of, wow, we're almost at 20 likes. Let's get this up to 20 likes. We only need two more. 2 more. We're off to a great start here. I'm going to throw an order for trying to get long down here. Again, buying the pullback to the 21 EMA. It's also would be a back test of that trend line, former breakout right there. But that might have been it. There's see if it wants to come down a little bit more. How has your day been? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, I had the right idea, but that's the thing with trading. Just because you have the right idea doesn't mean you make any money from it. Because yeah, I think it pulled back and want to bounce. Yeah, it pulled back. I'm getting a nice little bounce up from here. Problem is, I didn't get the finer tuned details right. I didn't get the entry point exactly right. So that is, and I discussed this yesterday, it's easy as beginners and so on. It's easy as beginners and so on to show up and be like, okay, I think that's thing's going to pull back and then curl back upwards. And it did. It pulled back and it went back upwards. And then it's easy for people to be like, see, I would have made money. Man, I'm a good trader. But I said the same thing. I thought the same thing. But notice I'm not making any money. Why? Well, because those are just broader statements. Within the finer tuned details, you got to get the right entry point, and that's where I failed. I did not get the right entry point. I got close, but unfortunately, close is not good enough in the market. So, ouch. Well, so always be careful. Don't. It's very easy to look at a situation, make some statements about that situation, and then conclude, therefore, I would have made money from that situation. But you got to keep in mind, there's a lot of finer tuned details in there. Just explain my trading day in Discord. Okay. Hopefully it was a good one. But all right, well, that makes me feel good to an extent. I mean, I read that very nicely. However, not nicely enough because I didn't read where the entry point should have been. But, and again, right off of the 21 EMA. And if anybody was here yesterday, we had a character that was like laughing at the fact that I was using the 21 EMA. And once again, we have another example of the 21 EMA. Now, is the 21 EMA a holy grail? Of course not. Does it work 100% of the time? It doesn't. Yesterday, the 21 EMA let me down. But if you're always going to bail on something because it's not giving you a 100% win rate, well, then you're never going to have any sort of structured strategy because you're always going to be bailing. Oh, it didn't work, therefore I got to find something else. Well, what exactly are you looking for, right? I mean, are you looking for something that's going to give you 100% win rate trades? Because if that's what you're looking for, you're never going to find it. Spoiler alert, you're never going to find it. Yeah, I think, again, 21 EMA, again, is it a holy grail? No. Does it work 100% of the time? No, but, yeah, the person yesterday was, I don't know, I think we talked some sense into him, but it was not a good look. Already at 24 likes, I like it. Now, do I trust it again in the future sometime? So we'll track this line as the day goes on, as the morning goes on. We'll see if it does pull back and if it does present maybe another opportunity. But the one that got away. But it happens. It happens, and if I can turn it into a learning lesson, then I will. So yeah, just remember, especially you beginners out there. I've been there. I get it. Just because you make some broad statements about a situation and those broad statements turn out to be true does not mean you made money. In fact, you could actually lose money in the real world, right? Because maybe you get filled and then it hits your stop before making what you think would happen from the overall standpoint. So those are the worst. When you're like, wow, it literally did what I thought it was going to do, but I lost money on it. Yeah. Passed my TPT test pre-market today. 5 green days at 31.85 on the fit. Nice. Well, my only small critique, Zane, would be you went $185 more than what you actually needed to. So, I mean, not the end of the world. I'm glad you passed. But remember, anything above that 3,000 mark is not doing you any good. But like I said, that's just a fine little constructive criticism point is, in theory, you took $185 more risk than you actually needed to. But overall, fantastic. That's great. You want to get as close to just your profit target as possible because every dollar that you're making above there, you're actually taking on more risk to get those additional dollars, but there's no point in taking on that additional risk because, if your mission's already been accomplished. But good job, Zane. So I'm happy for you. Just my small little constructive criticism, critique. There we go, if I can speak. It's going to be a long stream. We're only 12 minutes in and my voice capabilities are shutting down. Now, do you get short here? Or is this just me? I mean, you have a tight risk profile, so not the highest probabilities. I mean, if you get short somewhere around here and your stop's right there, like I said, not the highest of probability of trades, but that you're compensated via the fact of it's a tight, small little risk. And I think I would have that would have been a losing trade for me had I done it. So, but again, it would have been a very minimal loss. Whereas if that thing would have actually rolled back over, then you'd be looking at a nice little payday. But yeah, definitely those ones are lower probability. But if you're right, you can get paid well. So if for the white line here, that is just the highs of the day. So as of right now, we are at new highs for the day. And the higher this goes, that white line is going to get shoved up. Well, because, we're putting in higher highs for the day. I thought the 185 would go lower the required. I thought the one would go toward the. No, he's trying to pass the test. I mean, he's trying to pass the test. During the test phase, it doesn't do anything for you. Man, no, I would not have played it perfect. By no means am I implying that I'd still be holding, but for those of you that were on the stream, man, you saw me. I tried to buy. I tried to get right there. I was oh so close, yet so far away, and then whoosh, up it went. But that happens. Not the first time it's happened to me. Definitely won't be the last. Perhaps it's never happened to you. If so, I'm jealous. Teach me your ways. If that's never happened to you. No, not really. I'm trying to see if there's any other. Nah, that seems like I'm trying to fit a square peg through a round hole, throwing that trot in there right now. So, yeah, we just kind of got to let it develop. 5 minute right here, you can see it is essentially. I know. I mean, straight up wouldn't totally be accurate because you've had some chop around here, but overall, just slow and steady, grinding higher on the day. Yesterday, it was the exact opposite at this time. or is getting close to be, where it was just drifting down and down. Yeah, yesterday was just JGS, right? Just go short. Is today JGL? Is it a JGL day? Just go long. If you will go long, you're going to make money. Maybe we're looking at a JGL type day right now. Maybe just buy the dips. Yeah, buy all the dips. Or I don't even know if you have to worry about buying dips. Just buy. Sure, you may have to sit through a dip, but it'll curl back upwards and put in new highs. So even if you don't buy the dips, maybe you'll be okay. In JGL days, just go long. On JGL days, it don't matter where you buy. Buy the high. Buy the high. Chase the price. You'll be all right. You might have to sit through a little dip, but you'll be all right. We got a little bit of a bull pennant here. Always scary, though, to buy at the day's highs. Always scary. I mean, obviously it can still work out because it can just put in new highs for the day, but always a little of a kind of unsure type situation. But yeah, I'll ask again now that we have a little bit more people here. How are people's days going? Wow, this is a great group. We're already at 32 likes. We might be able to set a record. The record is 60 in the opening 30 minutes. So yeah, maybe we can make a push up towards that record. But I'm liking this Tuesday crowd. This is good stuff here. Come on, Cousin Judd. Cousin Judd needs to get Pam's plant. Hey, Jeff, good to see you. Ken, very good. Glad. I always like to want to hear, hey, how people's days go? And I like to see a great. That's good. Lost my pro account this morning pre-market, but luckily took a 5. Oh, I was hoping I didn't read that. I was hoping there was not an S on the end of accounts. All of them? Yeah, well, yeah, I'm gonna use that as an example. You had 5 with those. What were they? 50Ks, Mark? Because I remember seeing your image this morning about getting the 5. Did you? Wait, let me think. Oh yeah. I'm retired. They're all great. Hey, fair enough. The Northlander. Where up north are you? Are you like, what does the Northlander mean? 50K. All right. So yeah, you got a 5,000 payment. You were in about $500. So that's a great return on investment. Yep, there are casualties along the way. It's just about getting you got to get that return on investment for sure. I appreciate the transparency and just letting us know you lost them, but it is what it is. Morning pre-market. What happened in pre-market? Was there a crazy move that maybe got you? I don't know. Maybe you just got chopped to pieces. 3 or 4 trades today. 8, fantastic, Jeff. Gotcha. Short bias and stubborn. Being stubborn works out if you're right. If your overall thesis is right, being stubborn, yeah, just trust in your gut or whatever is always a good situation. But yeah, if you're being stubborn and your gut's actually wrong because maybe you had Taco Bell the previous night or some spicy Thai food, then yeah, it can get a little sketchy. North of Highlander Gamer. Oh, gotcha. I don't know. Is this a fake breakout? I might look to play. Well, never mind. I was going to say maybe I might look to play a short here if it just popped up a little bit and then came back down. But all the way up here because now my stop's got to be all the way up there. That's a little bit too much than what I thought. Does trading banks use technicals to trade? I would assume so. I would assume so. I think they use a whole lot of the VWAP. Which reminds me, where? Okay, it's like, where is my VWAP? Did I delete it off? But no, it's just way down here. I would say banks use the VWAP just because if their client tells them, I want, I don't know, 100,000 shares, well, then their client, when they get the report, is not going to be like, man, well, you really overpaid for things throughout the day. They're going to want that price as close to VWAP as possible, or ideally below VWAP. Because if they can say, look, the average price on the day from a volume standpoint was right here, but we actually got you even below there, then that's a happy client. So that's where I think there's a whole lot of self-fulfilling prophecies and so on and so forth that do follow with VWAP, because that makes a whole lot of practical sense from like an investment bank standpoint. If you operate under the thesis that they want more clients, how do you get more clients? Well, you please your clients. How do you please your clients? You get them good deals. How do you get them good deals? You get them below average prices. What are below average prices? How do you obtain that? By using VWAP and getting below there. So to me, I think there's a sequence there that would just make sense for people to use VWAP, especially in, per your question, the trading banks. Like I said, it's like shorting feels really stupid right now, and maybe it is, but I mean, this move is just crazy. I got to be careful of my emotions though, because for those of you that were here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 14 minutes ago, 14, 15 minutes ago, you saw me. I had the buy order out there on this pullback, and it got very close to filling me, but close is not good enough, and now we're witnessing the result of that. Not that I would have been playing this perfectly, but there is that irritation that comes with it where you're like, man, I was so close to nailing a great move. So I'm not totally upset about it. I'm not totally frustrated, but I can feel myself being a little irritated about that. So now I'm almost have the attitude of, well, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, market, for not filling me down there. That's stupid. That's very stupid on my part. And the market loves that attitude because the market's like, oh, really? You want to play ball, boy? Let's go. And usually that's when I get played like a fiddle. So I got to be careful. Got to be careful. There is a little bit of that voice in my head right now of being irritated. Wow. Hey, we have a chance. 15 more likes. And we're at 60, which would tie the record. 61 would break the record for likes in the opening 30 minutes. The Tuesday crowd. I don't know what's up with the Tuesday crowd, but the Tuesday crowd is beast mode in it right now. Do you see a benefit trading NQ over ES? Yeah, I think the NQ moves a little bit better. Is a little bit more volatile. Now, to be fair, somebody's like, well, Clay, I don't want that much volatility though. Totally fair. So I could see the ES being for them. So that's the benefit for me, but maybe you don't want that amount of volatility. So therefore, it wouldn't be a benefit for you. But that's kind of why I like the NQ. I think it moves a little bit better. Better being defined as a tad bit more volatile. But that does not mean that it would be good for you. Yeah. It feels crazy to want to short. I definitely don't want to go long. That it seems like total FOMO. Shorting seems kind of crazy right now. Especially when you look at the 5-minute. Like, this thing is just grinding higher and higher. So it is, I think, unfortunately, the wisest thing for me, at least right now, is to deploy the SOH order. The sit on hands. The sit on hands order. Oftentimes the best order. Most times the best order. But, yeah. I mean, like I said, do you go short here with a tight stop above those highs? I guess you could do that, but it just seems like such a low probability trade right now because all this thing does is seemingly keep on pressing higher and shoving that white line higher and higher. For those of you that have just getting logged down, that white line on my platform here, it's just representing the day's high. So the white line will get shoved higher if the price is starting to work on putting in a higher high for the day. But, yeah. Waiting for a back test myself. They've been pretty liable off the 21 or off the 21 and 14. 21 what? And 14 what? SMAs, EMAs, ABCs, XYZs, elemental Ps, QRSs, TUVs. Go on the 5 minute and draw it. I really can't stand when people are like, just go on the 5 minute, do this. I swear, people just show up with like a do this, do that. Are you not entertained? Name the movie. There's our movie quote for the day. Are you not entertained? Name the movie. I don't know what that says about me, but every time I read, I think I remember the name. I Shoot People. I think he did a super chat yesterday because I always like to read off the name of the super chat people, and I'm like, I shoot people. Oh, okay. That's I don't know. Is that bad? That I think that's kind of like, oh, I don't know what I think, but I shoot people. What do you do for a living? Are you a soldier? Are you a serial killer? Are you an assassin? Are you John Wick? What exactly do you do for a career? Very good. Movie buffs out there. Gladiator. Oh, see, that's, yeah. They're a photographer. That's well, with good play on words. My mind went the opposite. I was not thinking about shooting photographers, clearly. That's good. I like that. I shoot people. But I'm just a photographer. I like it. I don't know. I might get short here. Just very, very low probability trade. This is such a tight range, though. This thing is barely budging. I don't know if I should be doing NQ here, though. And again, I got a tight little stop right up there. Photographer, yeah, that's funny. That's funny. It does seem to maybe have finally leveled out, but the overall trend on the 5 minutes still a bit spooky. But yeah, no, it's a very good play on words. That's some good marketing right there. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. I shoot people photography. I think that's either you have a client that's like gonna hire you no matter what, or you have people that are like, nope, I'm not even interested in somebody called I Shoot. So it seems like there's no middle ground. Not that this person's business is called I Shoot People Photography. I'm just saying, I can see that being a hit or miss business name. All right, I'm only hesitating because it's the NQ, but I'll do one with a MNQ. Just two. So it's not going to be a big loss. Not going to be a big win if, well, I guess it could be a big win if this thing just collapses. But it's certainly not going to be a big loss if I'm wrong. Totally going against the trend right now. But I think this thing has given enough suggestion that it maybe wants to come down at least a little bit. But we'll see what happens. Wouldn't you consider it a rising wedge? Yeah, I suppose there's maybe a little bit of a rising wedge there. Kind of like Tom Plummer is a plumber, Bill Carpenter's a carpenter, but wait, what did... That means he's always got to head into the gutter, always. I have a target right now, BK Dot. Do you not see my target right there for my first one? You don't see that green line down there? Is what you ask us. Yeah, I do ask, and I've already done that. And I am... How did I not get stopped out there? I don't know. I don't know. If this comes down, I'm actually going to move my target down a little bit more now, because if this thing fails, I could see that creating that much more panic. So I'm going to move my target down a little bit. I'm here to absorb knowledge terms. I used to trade options and still in the crypto market, but I'm getting interested in futures. Good, good. Yeah. I think you probably already know this because you heard me talk about it yesterday, but the great thing about day trading futures as compared to options, options have theta. Theta is just an annoying monster, and that does not exist in the world of futures. We can see his trades. It's a little different. I think you missed the point. Yeah, yeah. That was kind of... maybe, I don't know. To be fair to him, maybe he typed that comment before I had put that order in there. I'm not sure when exactly that comment showed up. So like I said, to be fair, it might have been, he might have said that before I had even put in that target area. But this thing just it don't want to roll over. We'll see. Time is all right. So it's not like I don't think it's a big news day, anyways. And I am stopped out. I'm short SPX right now. Yeah, this seemed like an area that it may still be the top, and I don't know, maybe did it just knock me out? Now it's gonna roll back over. We'll see. I want to see this thing explode now. That'll make me feel better for have gotten out where I did there. So please explode. Please go much higher. Well, I will say this. I'm very glad I just did the MNQ as opposed to the NQ. Because $58 ain't no big thing. Oh, come on. Let's go. Let's get one more like, and we're at 50 already. For those of you that are maybe new here, I always go for 2 hours, but if we want to extend the party, I base that off of whether or not people are interested, and I define quote-unquote interest as super chats and likes. So if we're up at 100 likes by the 2-hour mark, then we'll keep the party going. And we're doing well right now. We're only 34 minutes in, and we're already halfway there. So if you are enjoying, make sure to hit that like button. That'll help drive us up towards 100 to make sure that the party continues. Yeah, this action is kind of slow and grindy. Again, looking at the 5-minute. Not wanting to really make any breakouts right now. Not really wanting to come down at all either. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got to cancel that order out, don't I? Whoops. Why didn't somebody tell me, hey, Clay, hey, moron, you still got an order out there. Watching the 1 hour on the NQ to see if we reject at the 2 hour. Fire Jerome Powell. Oh, come on. I like Jerome Powell. Powell's doing a good job. Keep Jerome Powell would be my name. Hope you're having a good day. Clay, jab, 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 jab. I'm glad there's no... I thought that would end with uppercut. Yeah, having a good day. The other account, again, with prop firms, you can have multiple accounts, is doing just fine. So I was telling people earlier that yesterday was not good because yesterday the price pulled back to some key areas, and then, if you remember, it just plunged, and then, of course, snapped back up. And that created some heartache for me yesterday. But today, it played very nicely. Came down. I was watching the 50 period moving average here. Whoops, that was supposed to be. I I don't know if I nailed the bottom, but I got pretty close to a great entry point, and then the move back up there, put the $900 or $930 in my pocket right there. So yes, this morning was it played very nicely, but then I wanted to switch over to the live stream account, so just started this one afresh. So first trade on this new fresh account has us in the hole, but a hole that hopefully can be overcome. If not today, maybe another day. But right now, this action is, well, not that would have given me any, because my target was like somewhere down around here, my first target. So yeah, my timing was, well, let me first see if it would even hit my target. Again, that crosshair was an estimation of where that first target was at. So I still technically would not have been out where I wanted. Good job. Good job, Judd. You weathered the storm. I did not weather the storm. In hindsight, I suppose I should have given my stop loss a little bit more wiggle room, but that's all hindsight. It's easy to say where our stop losses should have been and so on and so forth when hindsight's in our favor. But good job, Judd. You weathered it better than I. Oh, that would have been a little annoying. It got down, because again, that crosshair right there is representing where pretty sure my first profit target was at. So it would have gotten down close and not hit me. It would be toying with my mind right now. It would be toying with my emotions. Good job. Well done, Jed. Well done. But yeah, like I was telling, I shoot people from a photography sense. He's saying that he used to trade options and still in the crypto market. When you say you're in the crypto market, are you day trading cryptos or just like investing, swing trading crypto? Bart, I'm good. How are you doing? I just read a text that's probably a little bit too much to reply to right now. It requires a little bit too much brain power. But I'm doing good. Hopefully your day's going well. And yeah, as of now, that would have just that would have toyed with me. That still would not have been a winning trade from the short side. So it is at least for that short plan. Could I have scalped and made money? I could have, yeah. But you know, I would have been looking for a little bit more. That's every text my wife sends me. No, this is there's some great memes out there about how women will send all the texts and then guys reply back with like 2 words and stuff. But like they get So I hear you. They just want what's best for us. I'm made some decent money on this small Bitcoin pump. Oh boy, Bart, that's scary. That's scary. You're trading. Well, I don't know. Are you day trading Bitcoin or swing trading Bitcoin, Bart? What are you doing? Hey, Fire Jerome Powell, I like you. He gave us a short, a target, and a stop loss. Nothing but respect. Better than what we had a little bit of yesterday. Nothing but respect there. You're mapping it all out. That's fantastic. You got short at, well, or oh well, kind of. Are you saying, are you in yet, Jerome? Or are you saying that's what you're looking for moving forward, or are you already in? Okay, yeah. Sorry. I mean, not quite as impressive. Had you mapped that out before it got up to that area and said all that, fine. But and not that we don't believe you, but I'm just saying the most impressive is if you map out your entry point before the price even gets there, and then you have your stop loss. So I appreciate your, but next time, tell us all that stuff before you even get in. Then we'll see what happens. Swing trade. Okay, then never mind, Bart. I was gonna try to hit you upside the head with Pam's plant, but you are. I have no problem if you want to swing trade that sort of stuff because Pam's plant is not for the swing trader; it's for the day trader. I've been known to upset some day traders on this live stream. Because I'll say it as I said it many times before. If you are day trading stocks, if you're day trading options, if you're day trading crypto, if you're day trading Forex, you're wasting your time. You're taking on way more risk than you need to. And it just does not make any sense to do so. All can be mathematically proven. Oh, Pam's plan is just an argument. Pam's plan is just this. And it's an argument just quickly. That if you are a day trader, then the way that makes a whole lot of sense is to day trade futures through a prop firm. That's what Pam's plan is. Just an argument for day trading futures through a prop firm. It just makes way more sense on so many different levels. So that's what Pam's plan's all about. Yeah, like I said, I don't not believe you fired Jerome Powell. I'm just saying that, like in the future, the most impressive ones of those are where the trade plan is mapped out before the entry point has even been hit. Again, I'm not saying this is what you're doing, because if you don't, then it's very easy. It's like, oh yeah, I got the entry point right there, and you're like, oh wow, that's cool. You nailed the high. It's much more impressive if you tell us where the entry point was before, and then it's like, whoa, that dude nailed the high. He told us that level before it even got up to that area. But again, I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying, just in general, that's what makes things a little bit more impressive. He's in the right place. Is this a... See, now I have recency effect. Recency effect, and you will all remember yesterday, I bought the pullback to the 21, and it didn't work out at all. I could build. Where'd my line in the sand area have to be? Yeah, what is that? I like that. That is at 38. Okay, I'll buy right there. SPY has been great. Has been green a couple of hours, maybe a red candle. Yeah, we're looking at the NQ. We're looking at futures right now. I think it's laughable, Bart. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that out just because that's how laughable. I don't need anybody looking that stuff up. I think it's laughable. That's what I think. I think it's just a gimmick system to sell things. No, did not film me. You bought a swing high. Good luck. I'm not sure who BK Dot is talking to. Who bought a swing high? So, yeah, my short would have worked out had I weathered that storm, as it's finally rolled back over, but I didn't weather the storm. So, yeah, Bart, because it's any concept, any idea, any strategy, any system that somebody's like, hey, use this system. No, that's a gimmick. Here's the fact of the matter, and notice what I'm saying. You got to put in the work to figure out what works for you. You have to build something that works for you. That is why my mentorship, the training program I offer, like you still have a ton of work to do. It's not buy my system and then that's it. You have the system. No, you got to take the tools. I'll show you the tools. I'll show you how to use the tools to build something. But you still have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears of building something for yourself because we all have different personal risk tolerances. So I'm not saying that somebody's concepts or somebody's strategy or somebody's system does not work for that person. Yeah, I'm not sure. It could work for them, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Because if you were to say, hey, how do I have fun? Oh, I got a great system. I got a great concept of having fun. Let's go skydiving. You're going to be like, wait, no, that doesn't sound, no, that's not fun at all. What sounds fun to me is reading a book. Now, is either of those people wrong? No. What makes that difference? They both have different risk tolerance levels. So you got to put in a lot of time, blood, sweat, tears to build something that works for you. But again, from a marketing, from a business standpoint, like I get it. That's a hard sell for me to make. Like, yeah, sorry, even if you get my stuff, you're going to have to still put in a lot of work because you got to take the tools that I'll teach you how to properly use. But you still got to take those and you got to figure out what's going to work best for you. People don't want to hear that. Wait, what? No, I just want that weight loss pill. I just want that, easy thing. I just want your system. Just teach me your system and then I'm good to go. So that is why. From a business standpoint, beautiful business model. I fully understand. For me to just post some results, say, hey, look at my results, look at my system, therefore buy my system. Like that, okay, easy enough. Now, whether or not the system actually works even for that person, that's a whole other discussion. But even if I just concede that it does work for that person, what does that have to do with you? You're not them. You don't have the same risk tolerance as they do. Work is required. Work is required. Even if you pay for something, work is required. Yeah, yep. That's why I always say anybody that's selling you their system or their concepts or this or their indicators or all this stuff, it's like, no, that's not quite how it works. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Relax Ardu. Good morning. All right, if this thing wants to come back down, come down and then come back up, I'm going to buy on the way back up. Again, I want to see this come down and then come back up. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on this same candle. BK, you never what? I'm so confused by the lot. It's just so weird. Like people type stuff and it's like, okay, this person wants to interact. And then you actually interact and then you just don't hear anything. Like BK Dot, I don't get it. BK Dot says, you bought a swing high. Good luck. I asked, who bought a swing high? And now no response. And then I just get a, whatever that is, a frozen emoji. I don't get it. The live stream world is so weird. It is so weird. So we're going to want to see it come down, watch how it behaves, and then if it wants to curl back up, I would be interested. All right, here's the come down part. Okay. I will buy at that green line. Uh-oh. Now, if it comes down through my crosshair here, I could do this, though. Yeah, let's go right here. Oh, no, now my stop loss is going to end up right above that 50 period moving average. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. All right, maybe I just try to buy now at the 50 period. Like I said, I want a little confirmation that it wants to show me some strength here. Like I said, now if I were to buy right there and my stop is right here, well, it's right above the 50 period, but I don't want to move it all the way below because then my risk profile is too big. So kind of a tricky spot right now. Hey, Clay, I'll enter on the retest of the 21 EMA. Stop under the low. Stop loss under the 21. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. You're going to enter on the retest of the 21. So you're entering short or long. Stop loss under the 21 EMA. So you want to see the price break above it, and then I'm not quite sure I'm reading that right. EJ, did I get blocked? Why would you think you got blocked? Why would you think you got blocked? You ain't blocked. Come on now. Now, if this does pull back to the purple line, we can get some sort of kind of little hammer candle here. But as of right now, 5 minute, it didn't care too much about that hammer candle. That was a nice little candle after the pullback, but as of right now, proven did not really care about it. I'll go long, correct. Break the 21 EMA and Oh, gotcha. All right. Gotcha. Now, if this wants to come down here, yeah, I'd be interested in a hammer candle around there, but we'll have to see if it wants to. But now it officially does not feel like chasing along at all. Finally getting a pullback here. Is Trump like having any press conferences today? He does seem to have like 3 every day. Do we know if he's got one, and if so, what time it's at? I prefer not to get into a trade or enter in a trade right when he's. Does anybody know? I'm kind of joking, but I'm also kind of serious. Like, does anybody know if Trump's speaking today? I just went short. Dude, why are you shorting stocks, EJ? That you're about to get banned. Why are you being so? Oh my goodness. Do you know how much more money you could have made with futures? That's wild. That's wild. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm so confused by some people. EJ being one of them. Press secretary at 1. Okay. That's not quite Trump. All right, here we go. The amount of money that you put into Netflix to just get 60 shares, had you put that money into futures, you would have made probably 20 times what you just made there, EJ. But you've already heard about Pam's plan. So some people just aren't going to listen, I guess. But that is wild. Wild. I'm watching over here the 5-minute. Like I said, I'm trying to get some sort of confirmation that maybe some strength is showing up here, but it just keeps dropping right now. He said 60 shares. Why? Why? Yeah, like I said, it's mind-boggling. Truly, like not like in any sort of emotional sense, but like mathematically speaking, it's mind-boggling from a mathematical standpoint why you would do that. Like he had to put up that size of capital to make $1,000. Like it's such an inefficient use. Like I said, just math. Yeah, it makes no sense. But like I said, I've already tried. He ain't gonna listen. Some people just prefer to do things that literally make no sense. And when I say make no sense, I mean like in the logical sense, like mathematically based no sense, right? Because that's what math is, right? Math is just logic. Logic is a structure. That's what math is. Math gives us structure. So like structurally speaking, it makes no sense. Hey, about time you showed up, Pat. What are you doing with your life? You should have been here since day one. Now I can't trade. I'm too nervous now. Pat's here. Noah, good morning. So I'm watching on the 5-minute. We are at the pivot point. What would that stop be? Yeah, we'll do that. What I've been saying, I need to wait for some sort of confirmation. Right now, I'm just kind of catching a falling knife. Now, I could see that pivot point being where the knife maybe gets a bit of a bounce, but still, that's not what I said I was going to be doing. I said I'd want to wait for some sort of sign of strength. And all we have is just pure blood. Pure blood. Yeah, Pat, let's go. What are you day trading, Pat? Really just need $20 for a new account. I personally, I would argue, Andrew, you need to pay back your sister first, who was so kind to lend you the money to get that one account. That's what I would argue, Andrew. I would argue priority number one in your personal finance world, pay back my sister. You're watching Fate Therapeutics? You got some inside information on that, Pat? Pat's got connections. I'll just put it that way. He's got connections. Fate. Oh, Pat, what are you doing? Are you seriously trading this? Are you? No, come on now. Come on. Is something coming on this one, Pat? You know something? This thing looks, pretty sketchy right now. Down below $2. You know something, Pat? went for a long at 50. Nope, lost the $300 I accidentally won earlier. Yeah, that's, I mean, I can see why you do that. I mean, it's a 50. Could have been a bounce point, but like I said, that's why I'm waiting to see some sort of formation of confirmation. But right now, it just keeps dropping. Long term. How did you hear about fate? What's going on here? All right. Now we're getting a bit of a hammer. Maybe this will work out. Got to see how this candle finishes and closes first. See you later, Pat. Kind of random that you showed up, but not totally. Hopefully you'll be here in the future. Pat is a real life friend from back in Michigan. All right. Maybe, just maybe, buyers brought it back up again. I mean, I think we're okay, but as I was explaining to people, the party will continue beyond 2 hours at 100 likes. So we still have basically an hour to get 33 more likes. But just as an FYI, if you have not used your like yet and you're enjoying and you want the party to continue past the 2 hour mark, make sure you do hit that like. I mean, EJ, you've heard me talk about Pam's plant, right? Like when I say Pam's plant, day trading futures through a prop firm. Like, what is Netflix even at right now? You said you shorted 60 shares of Netflix? Okay, EJ. Come on now, man. 60 shares. 60 times 10. Let's just say... okay. So you had $61,000 in there to, again, first off, in life, well done. The fact that you had $60,000, nothing but my respect. You're crushing it in life. All I'm saying is that it required that amount of capital to make $1,000. Again, $1,000 is great. Don't get me wrong, but man, like in the world of futures, you can make that $1,000. Again, nothing is easy, but you futures traders know what I'm getting at. But $1,000 is quite realistic with way less than $61,000, especially when you're using your own money here. And that's all your money on the line. Like, not that I'm saying Netflix is just going to go kaput, but I mean, if some sort of crazy movement happens, I mean, that's all your money at risk too. But yeah, that's wild. Again, congrats on life. That's fantastic that you're able to put $60,000 into a trade. My critique would be there are more efficient uses of your capital. Yeah, exactly. Like Mark. Mark literally used $500 this week to make $5,000. So, EJ had over $60,000 to make $1,000. Mark, who, and again, this is verifiable, which is why I'm pointing out Mark in the chat room. He made $5,000 this week, and his cost was only $500. How did he do that? Well, he went the Pam's plant route. He was day trading futures, and he had 5 of these accounts. So just to run the math real quick, because this is kind of why do you keep saying futures day trading is better than stocks? Here's why. So what Mark did, Pam's plant, day trading futures through a prop firm. He had 5 of these accounts, 50K. Now he had already, kind of blown up some of these. So when you lose one of these accounts, to get it back again is only $100. So he had 5 of these, but each one he only paid $100 for. So he had 5 of these times 100 each, which was $500 all in. And then the nice thing about Pam's plant and futures trading is right here, nuclear explosion growth, meaning you can copy trade. So what Mark then did is he went and And you can have up to 5 of these accounts, which is why he bought 5. So that's why 5? Why not 7? Well, because Take Profit Trader, the prop firm, allows you to do this up to 5 accounts. So he had 5 accounts, but he only traded one of them. But on that one account, he made $1,000. But because he copied it to the other accounts, well, that $1,000 actually happened 5 times. Therefore, he made $5,000. Now, he's also always a transparent trader, and today he actually lost the accounts. So he violated the rules. He lost more than he was allowed to, which would be $2,000. So they took the accounts away from him. But they took the accounts away from him after what? Well, after he had gotten paid out $5,000. So he used only $500 of his own money to make $5,000. Now, he will have to take another $500 again to get those accounts back and so on and so forth. But the fact of the matter is, compared to that Netflix trade that required over $60,000 that person did to make $1,000. Do you see what I mean about inefficient use of capital? Whereas Mark here used $500 to make $5,000. So the power of Pam's plant. So like I said, I don't want to sit here and make baseless claims. Once in a while, they've got to be backed up with math. But there you go. That's why I say if you're day trading stocks, you are wasting your time. There are better ways to go about it. Day trading would be the key thing. Investing, swing trading, totally different. But day trading stocks, day trading options, day trading Forex, day trading crypto, you are wasting your time. You are taking on more risk than you need to. You are being inefficient with your capital. I would argue Netflix has such a massive market cap that it's not going to go 200% like a penny stock. Well, EJ, I just gave you the reason. Like, dude, you had to use $60,000 of your capital to make $1,000. Like, you can argue all you want, but the fact of the matter is that was a very inefficient use of that $60,000. That's all I'm saying. Missing the move back up. Wait, is this a short right here? It is. All right, I'm going short there. Stop above here, but I got to get filled. If it pushes up through this... Again, in, stop right there. Come on, let's see you roll over now. Okay, I want this to be a winning trade now. So worst case, it is a winning trade, but let's see if we can get some more blood to the downside here. I'll move my stop loss down, but worst case, this is now a winning trade. Come on. Come down some more. So I can move my stop loss down some more. And out there. So got the winning trade there. Was positioned to potentially get more, but it did not want to come back down. I was very, very aggressive with my stop because just brutally transparent. If you watch yesterday, did I even have a winning trade on yesterday's live stream? I don't think I did. I've been on a cold streak. Now, I've still been fine overall with, like I said, my other account. Again, with prop firms, you can have multiple accounts. My other one had just fine of a day. But same with yesterday. It had a fine day. But the live streaming, I don't think I had a single green trade yesterday. So that was a little bit of an ego trade. That was a little bit of kind of just quenched, like, I got to put an end to this live stream losing streak here. So there it went. So ego got in the way a little bit, but like I said, I think there's a little bit of mental medicine in that too to just end the losing streak. Myron, hey, hello. You had a winning non-trade. That's the way you could look at it. Short now. Yeah, I know. I already shorted. I'm already out. Kelvin, where you been, boy? 25 more likes. I beta 150K account phase. Oh, so you got the pro account then, Kelvin? Good job. Claypay TV says that it is not possible to copy trade. Unfortunately, you cannot use copy trade or feature on Tradovate called group trade when you're trading CQ accounts through TradingView. Okay, well, yeah, trading through TradingView. Right, it's not possible to. Apparently, it's not it's not possible to copy trade with TradingView. It is 100% possible to copy trade if you're within Tradovate. So yeah, I think I knew that. I'm not quite sure. But yes, copy trading, I think you've got to do either a third-party platform, but the nice thing about Tradeovate is they also have a copy trader built right in. So yeah, that sounds about right. I should have scaled out, put one here, some one here, maybe one down here, and then brought my stop loss. But like I said, that was a combination of an ego trade and just my mental medicine. And that comment makes hopefully it'll make more sense if you're on yesterday's live stream, where I literally just I couldn't do anything right. I think ultimately it cost me, I don't even remember what I closed on, $180 or something. I don't remember what it was. So again, I was still plenty green on the day. But it was a rough live stream. I was only using the 50 EMA indicator. Hey, if it works, I'm gonna get the certificate framed. Well, good job. Congrats on passing. Now you can start to make some money. Start to get some payouts. So we'll see if this one, I'm debating right now, is this a long down in this area? Let me actually, do I have that line somewhere? I had a line, I don't know where it went. We'll just throw a new one out there. But we have that low right there, which corresponds nicely. So yeah, I would potentially be interested down around that area if it does want to go back down there. Would be curious to see how it behaves first. I'm not just going to throw the order out there right now. Well, I don't know if that's totally crazy that it could come down there and maybe get a bounce. But like I said, I want to see how it settles down around that area. But good. The losing streak is over. I can just kind of do what I got to do. Again, 20 more likes and the party will continue beyond the 2-hour mark. So I don't see why we'd have any problems hitting it. But just as a reminder, I will go 2 hours for sure. But we've got to get up to at least 100 likes to keep the party going beyond the 2-hour mark. So if you have not used that like, please hit that like or hit the like button so we can continue our way up to the 100 like mark. Keep the party going. And I say or $20 in super chats, but I think we're going to do just fine with the likes department. So you only use 21 EMA and 5-minute time frame to map out your... No, I use a lot more than that, Ronnie. A lot more than that. You only see one little section that I'm looking at here. Off screen, I have other time frames, other stuff that I'm looking at. So yes, this is only the 2-minute time frame that you're watching. A little disappointed. I mean, it got rejected fine off that area. But, yeah, it just a rough rollover, which makes me think there's some strength out there. Because the lack of strength... Whoa. You can't make that stuff up. I'm talking about I think there's strength out there, and then boom. But what? Who said what? It's 11:58. It's not even like a... Well, that was interesting. But to finish my thought, I was saying I think there was quite a bit of strength out there because the fact that this thing hit and got rejected, but then come all the way down here, but built that higher base is what I was saying. Is there some strength out there maybe? And then just like that. No, did I think something like that was going to occur? I did not. I'm just saying there's a little bit of irony. That's why I like the live streams. Like, you can be talking about something like, boom, just like that. Wow. Yeah, somebody said something. Who said what? Been a long time since I visited your channel. When did you start? I got into futures and prop firms back in November. Started live streaming about 2.5 months ago, give or take. U.S. Treasury Secretary Bazant sees de-escalation with China and situation unsustainable. Wait. Okay, so the situation must be the current tariffs, and that must be the situation that is unsustainable. I don't know. It seems like it's something I could just scalp out. But that's totally chasing right now. Trying to trade talks. 18,250 good buy point. Well, I mean, Myron, you gotta tell us about 18,250. Wait, 18,250. Oh yeah, all the way down here. Yeah, I don't think that one's coming aboard. That's what. If this is news, you pretty much just buy, right? It's just gonna go straight up. Well, that's what I. Yeah, something. But boom. Great movement here, but I kind of want to get super risky. This is just a kind of a burner account in a sense, so I can always turn something into to a learning lesson. But I don't know if I said I just want to try a scalp up here, just boom boom out. But yeah, boom boom, if it drops, that's pretty much account roasted. Which again, for those of you that are new to prop firms, that's the nice thing about prop firms is it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Again, that doesn't mean you want to go out there and just do really stupid things, but when a roasted account, a blown up account in the world of prop firms is very, very minimal amount of money out of your pocket. So that's just kind of one of those built-in mechanisms of risk control. Patient Trader, cool. I'll start following you again. Well, I appreciate that, Patient Trader. Thank you for watching my channel way back whenever that was, and thanks for checking it out again. And thanks for being willing to start to follow again. I'm thinking it'll roll over pretty quick. Just the hunch. All right. More time than money lost if you roast the account. Yeah, yep. And some people that's a worthwhile trade-off. Andy Wu, what news happened? Something about well, I don't know. Tab's been posting the news. The U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent comments at J.P. Morgan event in Washington, according to sources. Gotcha. Okay, gonna look to get down here at that green line. Try to buy the pullback. See if it wants to consolidate out a little bit. But if that's all it's going to pull back, then I guess I'm not going to partake in the trade. Yesterday live was very enjoyable. Well, good, Brian. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a little rough on my end, but I'm glad at least somebody did. Evil Shadex did. How's your day going? You build more buffer, or do you pay yourself, or where do things stand? Take a long at the retest of 400. I think that's a great trade. Yeah, I'm down at about 380. I'm up 700. Haven't taken out anything yet. Good job. Are you gonna take a payout now with some of that? I'd take the payout to at least recoup your cost. I would say be done for the day. Request some money. Leave a little bit in there for your buffer if you want. Pay yourself, man. Pay yourself. Good job. Pay yourself. That's a big accomplishment, man. Good job. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. I would take that $700. I'd throw it into my bank account and be like, there we go. I'm assuming that's covered all your costs that you've had, if not very close to covering all your costs. And then you're pretty much playing totally with house money at that point. Go in for a buy. You go in for a buy, Kelvin. I have my buy set right there. You go in for a buy up here if you want. Maybe you'll be right. Maybe I'll be wrong. We'll see. Maybe we'll both be wrong. Means that it cannot be a long affair, so that means there should be an end soon. Incongruence war tariff will be de-escalated equals good. Yeah. No, de-escalation is a good thing. I'll agree there. And I do also think that it is certainly unsustainable. Oh, choices. Getting a pretty beautiful tread line right there, though. I don't know if I trust it. But if you were to tell me I'm buying the break out of the tread line, I don't think I'd call you crazy. I'm not quite there with you, but I can see you're just trying to play a tread line breakout, but I mean, what's your total cost? How much have you had into the test accounts, Evil Shadex? Is it going to break? Is it going to break? That's right there. Knocking on the door. Again, I'm not going to join you, but would I call you crazy for wanting to play the breakout there? I wouldn't call you crazy. I see your logic. I'm just not quite there with you yet. I have my buy order down here, but as of this moment in time, that's proven to be the wrong way to go about playing this. I've spent about $500. Yeah. Pay yourself. Get that $700. So then you've paid back all your expenses, plus you're now $200 in the green. That's awesome. Good afternoon, Clay. Like the bull flag there, but just joining the stream and wondering what I missed with that long run. Yeah, there is news about, it sounds like some de-escalation within the trade war is on the horizon. The Treasury Secretary told somebody at JP Morgan, or I'm not sure, I read the news. Somebody, Tad was kind enough to post that. What is that person's name? Tab. If you scroll up, Tab posted the news. Thank you, Tab. That's very nice. Paradigm of ambition. That news knocked my test trader account out of the park. That's a good thing, right? Or out of the park in the sense of you no longer have your test account because it got blown up. I'm thinking out of the park means like home run, which means a good thing, but oh, the other way. I was hoping you didn't mean it that way. Well, you know what? I will say this. I think that is a good example of why prop firms are so powerful, because you got caught in a nasty spike, and yeah, it cost you your account. But can you imagine try to kind of not rain on your parade, offer you a little bit of try to look at the glass as half full. But can you imagine if that was your real money on the line and you got stuck in the move that you did? That'd be a way rough situation, wouldn't it? Would you agree? Can we agree there, Paradigm, that if that was actually your money on the line and you had gotten stuck in that movement, it'd be way more painful than it is right now. Would you agree with that? Minimal loss, though, because it's not my actual money. Exactly, for sure. So that right here, we have a real-life example of Pam's plan in motion, the added risk control, specifically in regards to how it protects your money. Because thanks to Paradigm of Truth in the chat room, transparency, he had an account. So I don't know what size account is. We'll just go with 50K, but he paid $119 for that account. but within the account, you're not allowed to lose 2,000. Now, this is all simulator, so this is simulator, but then you get paid with real money, so on and so forth. But point being, there is a spike. He lost 2,000, so his account is gone. But did he actually lose $2,000? No, he didn't. He just lost his account, meaning he just lost the cost of the account, which was 119. Whereas, had he been using his own money with that crazy spike that we just witnessed, that would have been $2,000 of his own money gone, if not even possibly more. But within the prop firm world, yeah, he lost the account, which he can't always get back for $100, but he lost the account, but out of his own wallet was only 119. So good real life example there that we just witnessed of the power of Pam's plant and how, yeah, sometimes those crazy moves happen. And unfortunately for him, he was on the wrong side of it. But he was insulated and protected because he lost very, very minimal amount compared to what would have been had it been his own money. So, yes, good real-life example. And again, I appreciate your transparency, letting us know that crazy move up, which was crazy, right? There was no way to know that. There was just all of a sudden some sort of random news. Poof, up it went. But that's what's crazy. There were people out there that were using their own money, and they got caught in that, and they just got roasted. Thousands of dollars gone. Maybe entire accounts gone, depending on what they chose to do. But, all right, I'm going to cancel my order out now. I've waited long enough for that one. But, yeah, that's a very scary thing when you stop and think about it. People with their own money thinking, okay, I think this thing's still going to roll back over. I got a nice, area, and then a boof, just like that. But even somebody here mentioned that the slippage ripped them up. Yeah, on fast moves like that, slippage can get you too. So that, if you, I'm telling you, Pam's plant, that is the way to go about day trading. So for many other reasons too, but that was just one that was very applicable to what we just witnessed here in that person. So sorry to hear that you lost your account, but I'm very, very glad to know that it all happened within the framework of Pam's plant. Well, there is the break. Said I was waiting for it to pull back more, but it never did. So we'll see what it wants to do now, but it is now pushing to new highs. That's what that white line represents for those people maybe new to my platform. The white line is just the high of the day. I hate slippage on a winning trade that doesn't exit all your contracts when it hits. Yeah, slippage is kind of part of it, but goodness. 5 minute, just straight up. Where are we at on the day? Okay, yeah. Now even at over 3% on the day, 500 points. Ooh, is this a short here? Got me in trouble earlier with one of these, but I do have a minimal risk. I was hoping to come back up, but now with it dropping down. Hey, 5 more likes, and we are clear sailing. We'll be over 100, and then we'll get that monkey offer back to keep the live stream going. But again, I'm going 2 hours no matter what. But if we want to go beyond the 2-hour mark, want to see this with at least 100 likes. So if you have not hit that like button, please consider doing so. Now, do I play the back test and go? Does it all come all the way down here, back test and go? JGS for the land. Oh, I don't know if this is a just go short day, Brian. If anything, it's turned into a JGL day. Just go long. JGL, I think, is the type of day we're looking at right now. Yesterday was JGS. Today's JGL. Just go long. We'll see if it wants to come down a little bit. Always trying to catch the tops. It's an exciting adventure, but there can be a lot of cuts along the way. Hey, the crew. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this level right there. I don't think that's... Made 1,200 today. Good. Well done. Now, buying... I get it, it's a pullback here, but buying this pullback, that seems like... That seems a little sketchy to me. I would say it's better than like buying like at the white line, because if you're buying at the white line, that means you're literally buying at the high of the day. So at least you could be like, well, I wasn't buying at the high of the day. I wasn't chasing the price. I mean, that's fair, but it's still, this isn't a huge pullback from those highs, which would make me a little bit of concerned of whether or not this is actually, like I said, in some sense you could still say you are chasing because you barely gave this thing any bit of a pullback, but I don't say I'd necessarily say that you're chasing the price, but like I said, this is not really a big enough pullback here for me. But we'll have to let hindsight be our judge, because 10 minutes from now, this thing may be up here, and I'll be saying, yeah, congratulations, anybody that bought this pullback at this moment in time. But this is why trading's hard, right? Because the book will tell you and base everything looking that way. Oh, well, you should have bought here, and you could have done that. Well, it's easy when you look to the left. Looking to the left, it's easy to know what you should have done, and you should have done this and that and all this other stuff. But when you look to the right, notice the right, this void of darkness. And the only thing that's in that void of darkness is this right here. Trading gets a little bit more difficult. So yeah, we'll have to let hindsight be our judge on whether or not this was, and if that pullback should have been bought. As of now, maybe it should have. Or is this a short here? What would that be? 60 up to a 20 point. This is very low risk trade, or a high risk trade in the sense of not monetary wise, but low probability. Because this thing is setting up, it's strong. Do you trade ES at all? No, mainly just focus on NQ, MNQ. Those are the main ones. We'll see if it wants to come down here. If it does, I'd be interested in that short. Come up a bit more now. We do have a rising wedge pattern here, which is why I am also interested a bit. So we have that. and then we have that. So rising, as it pushes up through the rising wedge, maybe I just get short up here at the top part of that wedge. So, as we were just talking about hindsight and all and how that works, for those of you that bought that little dip that I was like, I don't know, that's kind of an aggressive, dip to be buying. Well played. You were right. I was wrong on that one. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level. Let me cook here real quick. Let me cook. So definitely do have a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. Now, doesn't mean the price is going to crash or anything like that, but it is a rising wedge. So if that wants to come down here, I'll get short there, stop slightly above the wedge. And we'll look for this thing to come down here and maybe visit the bottom. Do I get short right there at the top? Do we get a rejection? No, I like it. I like it. Let's see if it can get rejected. I'll move my order up a little bit now. See if we can play the... I want to see if it wants to get rejected and come down. Show me some weakness. Off the top part. Or if this is truly bullish in it, maybe it just blasts up through the top part of the wedge. Right now it's battling right at... Okay, I'm in. Stop slightly above the wedge. Let's see if this does want to get rejected to the downside here. And... not looking so good. Not looking so good. Come on, rising wedge. Don't let me down. Come on, rising wedge. Give me some more green here. The risk reward's got to make sense. Come on. I need more for it to make sense. Come on. Come on now. Does not want to release down. All right, well, maybe I should have just scalped out there. I gave it a chance. I was in the green. But again, for the RVR and all that to make sense, from a big picture standpoint, I needed more than that. And now I am so close to getting stopped out. I'm not sure I'm going to weather this storm this time. And out. Well, it is what it is. I needed more. It did not give me more. And that's how it goes sometimes. I would not long on an uptrend move. Sorry, I meant short. Gotcha. I was playing that rising wedge. In hindsight, I should have just scalped out. I was sitting there in the green, but like I said, I needed a little bit more for the risk that I was taking. I wanted a little bit more. And yeah, in hindsight, I guess I trusted the rising wedge a bit too much. But you're never going to have any sort of bigger trade if you never give yourself a chance at a bigger trade. If you're constantly scalping out, the second you see green, yeah, you may have a super high win rate, because as soon as you see green, it's like, let me see green, I see green, take out. It's like, yeah, you could have a bunch of green trades in a row. I'm not denying that. But you're never, ever, ever going to have one of those big, solid trades that can wipe away a lot of losses if you literally take green the second you see it. So yes, in that situation, I was green. It was hovering there in green. But the rising wedge just did not work out. And that's okay, because my risk was still very minimal. But had that worked out like a rising wedge can work out, not that I'm saying I was expecting this rising wedge to produce a movement all the way down here, but had it come down here, taken out, or even just retested the low, I could have taken out one there, and then if I got the break and it moves down, then yeah, who knows how much I could have made on it. But yeah, it just didn't work out. Andrew, you should pay back your sister. That's what you should do. Step one, Andrew, pay back your sister. Your sweet sister that loaned you some money. Pay her back. That's the thing you should do. I don't want to talk any more of anything else until you pay back your sister. She was so sweet to loan you money to buy an account that you roasted. Pay her back, good sir. Man, this thing don't care about anything, just straight up. Falling wedges, we don't care. Now, to be fair, not falling wedge, rising wedges. To be fair to the rising wedge, if you did choose to scalp, there was an opportunity there to scalp out some gains. I chose not to scalp, and it cost me a win in the trade. But for those people that did choose to scalp, the rising wedge worked out fine. So to be fair to you, Mr. Rising Wedge, you did produce a winner for one category of traders, but I chose the wrong category for that one. Sometimes I'll scalp. I have nothing against scalping. My only point is that if all you do is ever just take little scalps, little movements as soon as you've seen green, it's going to be hard to get anything bigger. I know, I did say that. You're right, Matt. I said just go long, and what do? I go and I go short. And then I lose by going short. When it's a JGL day, when it's a just go long day, what am I doing? I love to scalp, but sometimes you just got to trust. Yeah, no, exactly. And like I said, I trusted the pattern a bit too much. But at that one moment, I was just like, oh, it's going to release. It's going to release. And it didn't. That's all right. Oh, wow. I just noticed. 15 minutes and we're at 108. Like the Tuesday crowd. I think we might be able to break records here. The record is 170 likes on a live stream. And we're not even at the 2-hour mark yet. And we're already at 108. So if you are enjoying, as always, make sure you hit that like button. Well, we'll see if we can get any follow through here for the rising wedge. I should probably do this a little every now and then to try to make this, but I recommend two prop firms out there. Take Profit Trader, who you see there at the top. That'll take you to Take Profit Trader, code Clay. But for you advanced traders, and if you want to support the channel, I'm sure you know about this already, that Apex is running their 80% off deal. But and I say this is for advanced traders, advanced prop traders, that is. Beginner prop traders, definitely start with Take Profit Trader. Much cleaner rules, much more easy to understand. Apex, a little bit more rigid in the rules, a lot more rules. But that's why I say for advanced prop firm traders, and if you're looking to support the channel, code Clay. Appreciate it. So my kids can eat, okay? I got 6 kids. My kids got to eat. The only way they're going to eat is if you use code Clay, because you're seeing my results here. I'm not making any money. So make sure my kids are fed. No, just to show, my other account today was doing just fine. So my other account, again, with prop firms, you're going to have multiple accounts. So this account was fine, but the one I got rock and rolling, because I don't want to put this one at risk now, because I'm very close to passing that one. And then put it in my stable of past accounts. But so I just want to get a new live stream account going. And right now, yeah, this one's not going so well. Bro, Apex is a ripoff for the 30% rule up like... Well, I mean, I don't use them, Nasir, but I don't think... I've had many members get paid by them. They do pay. In fact, last week they made a $2 million payment to somebody. So, again, they are for the advanced trader. If you are a beginner, then yes, Apex is going to probably feel like a scam. But they're not. They just have way more rules. But if you follow the rules, they'll pay you. Hey, Roger. No, I've always had a code with Apex. I just haven't pushed it much until I got that code Clay. And like I said, the only reason I am with them is because a lot of trusted members in my private community use them, have been paid by them, and they do have a track record of paying people. And I have noticed, what people have pointed out, the people, and this is why I make the distinction, the people that say Apex is a scam, the people that say Apex is this, it's like they're the new people that like are brand new to prop firms, and they join into Apex. And I totally understand why they would feel like, why would they think Apex is a scam? Because Apex, like, I don't even really understand all the rules and how all that stuff works. So that's why I say if you are just getting started with Pam's Plant, if you're just getting started with day trading futures and with a prop firm, take Profit Trader. The rules are very straightforward and they're not like Apex. But once you get comfortable in the world of prop firms, then I see nothing with moving to Apex, because the Apex, they'll let you trade 20 accounts at once if you want. So yeah, to have a stable of Apex accounts, to have a stable of Take Profit Trader accounts, the more accounts, in theory, the more money you can make, the more managing you can do of your account. So yeah, but if you are a brand new person to the world of prop firms, you're like, hey Clay, I want to give Pam's plan a try. I'm going to start day trading futures, and I want to do it through a prop firm. What prop firm would you recommend? Take Profit Trader. Yeah, relax. Ardu can vouch Apex pays. Yes, they pay. I know. Well, Apex is a scam. They denied my payout. Yeah, because you broke one of their rules. I'll admit they have probably like 3,000 rules, but you broke one of them. That doesn't mean that Apex is a scam. It doesn't mean that they won't pay you. It just means that you broke one of their rules. But as a new person, you probably didn't even know all these rules existed, which is why I don't tell new people to go with Apex. Go with Take Profit Trader. Yeah, but the 30% rule is not that easy. Again, Nasir, exactly. That's why I'm saying, if you are a brand new prop firm trader, don't go with Apex. I agree. But that's my point. She is supporting my dream. Just sent me another $65 and I want to pay her back. I owe her $170. Oh, dude, I disagree with that. I disagree. I think you should pay her back. I don't think you should be taking more money from her. That's my opinion, though. That's my opinion. Well, now the rising wedge shows up. It was just not a totally clean rising wedge. And as you all witnessed, I could not survive that storm right there. That break to the upside, it took me out. Would have been okay, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's all hindsight. And yeah, sometimes the pattern is nice and clean. I guess. No, I think I waited for it to come down. I can't remember how I did that. But anyways, yeah. It got me, couldn't survive. It is what it is. I'm sorry, I'm new. What is 30% rule? Don't even worry about it, Abraham. Don't even worry about it. That's the whole point. You're going to get totally turned off to prop firms because you're going to be like, wait, what? Huh? Well, prop firms are stupid. It's like, no. That's why only if you're advanced. So don't even worry about it, Abraham. Don't even worry about it. That's why you use Take Profit Trader. There's no 30%. There's none of that stuff. Okay? You're proving my point. If you're new, don't worry about it. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to think prop firms are... Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it, okay? Like I said, I have no vested interest in one or the other. I have codes for both, but I'm saying I have nothing against Apex. I just think the plan would be you get started with Take Profit Trader, you learn the ropes of prop firms, you get all experience under your belt, You get some test pass, you get some payouts, and then from there, you move into the more advanced world of Apex, where Apex has other benefits that they offer to you. Yeah, for the brand new person, yeah, I get it. I get it why a lot of people call Apex a scam, because they ripped me off. They denied me. It's like, no, you broke the rules, man. You broke the rules. What rules? That rule. Well, that's a dumb rule. Yeah, I maybe we can both agree it's a dumb rule, but it is still a rule, and you agreed to put yourself under that rule. So at some point, personal responsibility's got to make its way into the equation. Right? And that's all things in life. At some point, personal responsibility has got to creep into the equation. It can't always be everybody else's fault for everything. At some point, you know, the person in the mirror has got to come into play a little bit. So here's a voice I just had pop in my mind. Man, it'd be great to wipe away that $84 in one trade. You should just go to NQ, you should load up, and you should buy right there and try to play a quick scalp. That's the thought I just had. I think I'm going to stick with take profit. I like the idea of daily payouts. Oh yeah, that's the big thing with take profit trader, the daily payouts in any amount you want. Yeah, it's hard to beat take profit trader in that regard. Maybe at the 21. Yeah, maybe. I'll see how it reacts down at the 21. That's not a terrible suggestion. Oh, on Ninja Gun Games. Anyone tried? I will answer that, but I'm getting that out of there. I've heard some, yeah, things about him. So yeah. And on the stream here, I want to not overwhelm people, because I have a lot of new people watching by design that are not familiar with futures, or prop firms, are just not familiar with Pam's plan. So I'm trying to make the sequence as simple as possible. And by throwing 30 different prop firms at them, that's an easy way for that person to be like, yeah, this is too much. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And the thing that they're doing actually doesn't make any sense. Andrew, I gave you a chance. You said you were going to design me a Pam's plan thing, and then you kind of bailed, like, well, it's too hard. It's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, you said you would design me something, and you started to, and then you're like, I mean, you started like, I'm going to design you something awesome. And that went from, I'm going to design you something awesome to you basically hitting the stop loss on, like, nah, I'm out. Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just want to offer you like business advice. Like within a business relationship, that wasn't exactly the best look. You sort of talked a big game about designing something, and then you bailed on it pretty quick. Again, that's now maybe I'm a poor businessman. Maybe I am looking at things the wrong way. Maybe it makes me feel a way that it shouldn't. But like that doesn't exactly prompt confidence and stuff like that. Again, just trying to help you grow your business, trying to just give you some feedback. Not trying to be a jerk, just trying to give you honest feedback. All right, let's see what can happen here at the 21. So the rising wedge, it showed up, it played out, but unfortunately not the cleanest, and it cost me, but we'll get those rid of there. Yeah, you can make some copies. Okay, my wife just came in. That's a sign to not take this trade. So there we go. I'm not taking it. I was going to buy. We'll see if that was good or not. Is Skype? Yeah, I think Skype's a thing. Didn't Microsoft buy Skype? Well, right now, thanks for coming in. Because I would have bought that. I said, I'm not going to do it. And it just keeps going down. Oh, did they discontinue it? Skype doesn't exist anymore?
Is it Zoom instead?
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Does Skype exist? Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Goodbye, Skype. Hello, Teams. So Microsoft bought Skype just to crush it, huh? No, right here. Discover Skype's free features. Oh, wait. Yes, Skype. Well, this, again, this assumes we trust AI. But yes, Skype still exists, but it's scheduled to be retired by Microsoft in May. Oh. That's what you just said, ForceFed. Okay. All right. So soon. They're gone, huh? Interesting. All right. Well, there is your answer. May 5th, shutting down. All right. Was not aware of that. But yeah, I use Teams now anyway, so I haven't been on Skype for a while. I think Skype just blew Discord out of the water. Everybody uses Discord now. Yeah, Discord seems to have kind of. Are they publicly traded? I don't think they are. Or who owns Discord? Or is Discord still owned privately? Do we know? Does anybody know? I don't know. Did my wife? I think my wife saved me. I'm not sure. I might have been able to weather that storm. They're private? Gotcha. Five minutes looking pretty solid. I like the 5 minute, assuming we can get this candle to stay a hammer. Looks like it will, because the less than 1 minute before this candle is done moving around. So it was 18,445 with a stop below 35. Yeah. I'm gonna take that. What did I say? 45. We'll go. Yep, right there is my buy. And then stop would be 37. Oh, sell. There we go. That's going to be my trade right there. All right, I can't take this anymore. I cannot take this anymore. I don't know if my leg, I'm like, I can't even think about, okay, here we go. There we go. Am I filled? Am I a millionaire? No? Nah. I was hoping I'd be a millionaire when I came back. Well, even if it plunged, that's okay, because I had my stop loss in. That's why I was willing to walk away, because I did have a stop in. So it wasn't like I was totally taking on anything crazy. So my stop was in. We'll see if it wants to come down on that green line. Again, green line entry point, red is stop. Hey, nice. We're 9 away from the overall goal, 125. So if you have not hit that like button, the goal as a group is to get up to 125. Maybe even make a push up to 170 overall on the day. Set a new record. We're only at 2 hours. So yeah, if you are enjoying, please hit that like button. It's a way that I just continue to measure if these things are remaining interesting and valuable to people. If they're not, that's fine. I just won't do it. That's okay. I just want to make sure that I am using my time as wisely as possible. So, and I would argue that using my time wisely towards something that people enjoy, people find helpful, is a good use of my time. But I got to make sure that people are still finding it helpful. So, like I said, hit that like button. Would I be open to a Skype call? No. Like I said, dude, you had. Yeah. I wasn't filling your Pam's plant. But what does that have to do with, like, you just giving up on it? That's my point. But I just said, well, you said it was a rough draft. I said, okay, yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that's a rough draft. But no, that was not, that. Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just telling you, like as a business owner to somebody that's seeking out my business, because you're also a business owner, right? That just wasn't a great vibe. So no, I would not be interested in a Skype call at this point in time. You buy it, Kelvin. I'm going to buy it the green line. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, come on now. Come on now. No. I don't like how it's hovering right above my order. Now it seems like it's one where if I do get filled, it's going to be the beginning of a bigger move to the downside. Well, it would never filled me anyways, and then it bounces up. Man, that's the second time today. I know, so close. I was so close on another one earlier today, too. So close, yet so far away. Just had a commercial. Don't know if you answered, but this is not your fault. That's just no. I'm not interested in a Skype call. As I was saying, hey, I'm going to design you a logo. How that all went down, and yeah, I wasn't necessarily impressed with round one, but that's why. But I also was like, but I understand this is a rough draft, so you just totally bailed. That's just like I said. That wasn't the best impression that it left me. So no, at this point, I am not interested in a Skype call. I'm just throwing. I don't know if there's anything that you really should do with that tread line. Just kind of throwing it out there to see if there's any sort of maybe interest in that level. But I don't know if that'll be the case or not. I don't know. Is this now where I try to maybe play it? Let's see, 45, and that's like a $200 risk. I mean, at this point. Nothing there. Maybe I'll try with a couple of micros here, just because Low right there.
Order filled.
All right. Let's see if we can get something here going. Man. This market is eating my lunch.
Stop filled.
I can't do any, like, let's calculate between yesterday. To be fair to myself, I don't necessarily know why any of this is shocking to me. Markets have slowed down a bit, kind of gone back to normal. I've never been a good afternoon trader. Again, the morning, like just this account that I was trading during the morning, like during normal times that I always have traded. Yeah, what a coincidence. Huh. Whoa, why did that get so big? Let's get that. But then you look at this account, and I am just, the past couple of days, it has been slower. And yeah, not surprisingly, the afternoon action, I've always struggled with it. That's something I know. So I'm not quite sure why any of this is necessarily confusing. Now, when things were going crazy the past several weeks, and the afternoon action was just the same as the morning action, that would make sense why it was like, yeah, this is great. But things have definitely slowed down. So I took all your power, Clay. I've been on a roll. Hey, man, that's fine. You can have the afternoon power. Anybody else here? Like anybody else? Afternoon is not really their strong suit. Do they find that when they're trading in the morning, kind of close to the U.S. stock market open? Anybody find that they're a little bit better at that point, or am I just alone in saying, yeah, afternoon trading is a little bit more difficult for me? Is anybody else with me on that one, or is everybody like, what are you talking about? Afternoon trading's great. Which I'm sure some of you crush it in afternoon trading. I'm not saying it's not possible to make money in afternoon trading. That's not my claim at all. I'm just saying, for me, I can't say I've ever necessarily been a fantastic afternoon trader. But, yeah. It is. Yeah, that's just the stuff like that. Like, I guess I just need to give myself way more wiggle room, but I'm trying to keep my risk under control too. Usually steam runs out during afternoon. Mostly it reverses very slowly in the afternoon, so yeah, it is riskier. Well, I mean, mostly it reverses. I hear you. I wish it were that easy. If it mostly reversed, I would just do the opposite in the afternoon. Yes, I was done by 9:41 today. That's good stuff. Yeah, what is today? Tuesday? Yeah, this week has been very mild, very, and I just, yeah, I don't have it. I'm in, I'm not going to say a trader slump because like I said, this morning, the other account, as I just showed, totally fine. But I guess we'll call it, I am in a live stream slump right now. That I have to admit, no doubt. A live stream slump. See, now I really like this. And you know what? This is also a benefit of prop firm. Is I have a clear kind of do or die area stop. Do I build a position? So maybe get something here. If it comes down more, get some more. Comes down some more, get some more. And then I just put my stop right below the 21 EMA, which would also be down below the low of that candle. If it doesn't work out, it'll be very painful. If it does work out, I'll be nicely back in the green. I think that makes sense. But I also have to be careful of, or am I just forcing a trade? But in my mind, that would make a whole lot of sense if it does want to come back down. So I'll keep an eye on that dynamic. Yesterday was just after 10. Yep. And normally I would be done. But the whole live stream thing has been an evolution. At first, I never really planned to trade. I was like, well, I'll just do some kind of chart analysis videos. But then I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do like an hour and a half of just one request after another. So then that involved, then I got, okay, well, let's look at some of the futures market. And then that started to trade. And then I discovered, okay, yeah, people like trading. People like to see trading. But now all of a sudden I'm finding myself trading in the afternoon. Now, to be fair to you, like, well, Clay, I noticed a solution to your proclaimed problem. Why don't you just live stream at the open? Fair critique, fair suggestion, because at the open, I need 100% of my focus, not only on my trading, but on the private community. I have paying members, and they definitely at open, I want to give them my utmost attention, make sure they're getting alerts, make sure they're getting quality watch, all that stuff. So it is a good suggestion on your part. But like I said, I need to be loyal, give my most loyalty to those that have given me their most loyalty. So that's kind of where I'm at in that regard. But yeah, if this wants to pull back some more, I'd be interested. In fact, I'll do my first buy right there. Do another buy right there. Do another buy right there. So if this just flushes down, I'll be up to 6 MNQs. So ideally it comes down here, kind of boom, 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 and then I get some sort of move back to the upside. If that happens, I'll be happy as a clam. If not, I'll be crying like a banshee. Like I said, this is mainly based off of the 5-minute. I do like the big hammer candle. I do like how the 21 EMA has kind of moved itself up. So we'll see if it wants to come down to those green lines and start to give me some fills. Or does a cold streak just continue? Do I continue to be played like a fiddle by this market? We'll see. Gotta see if it wants to come down, though. Is anybody here still even trading for the day, or are you guys mostly done? Where do people stand in that regard? Can we get 5 more likes? Let's get 5 more likes. Let's get this up to the goal of 125. That would be great. Let's go for the 125 likes. So if you have not used that like, hit that like button. Let's get this up to 125. That is the goal. Trump is live right now. Can somebody confirm, is Trump live right now? Can anybody confirm? Somebody says Trump is live right now. Is that true? Cite your source, Ravshan. Hello? Trump is live? I don't know. Somebody just says he is, but just because somebody says something in a YouTube chat box, I'm not quite sure I'm automatically going to be like, oh, okay. I mean, no offense. All right, we do not know if Trump is actually live right now. We do not know. Force Fed says, Rafshan, where did you go? Where do you see him live? Can you please cite your source? Just a White House press briefing. Well, is he speaking at this press house? So Trump is not live. Okay, well, I don't think you can send links here. So Trump is speaking right now, Ravshan. That's what you're saying? Okay, so he's not live right now. Okay. I'm going to cancel those out as it is decided to not come down. Possible Ukraine ceasefire. I thought they were already under a ceasefire. We didn't check the headlines today. What's going on in the headlines? We've been starting to do that. All right, what are the headlines at? Did a poll a couple weeks ago, and apparently this is, people found it kind of, about half Americans have a negative view on Tesla and Elon Musk survey find. Where are bonds at? We always got to check bonds. Okay, at least they're down a little bit. Bonds, the 10-year. I won't get into why, but 10-year is definitely the most important economic indicator to be watching. If Trump wants rate cuts, he would likely need to replace the Fed's full board along with Powell. ECB's Langard says she hopes Trump doesn't fire Powell. Busiest U.S. ports for Chinese freight see steep drop in container vessel traffic. Uh-oh. What's that I smell? Do I smell some shortages coming? Does everybody have their the stuff that they need? Inside the $1 billion Berry startup. Backed by Ray Dalio's. That's interesting. Man, get out of here, honey. I'm not. Yeah, there we go. Come on now. Oh, boy. Wait, what? Did I just see something? Are you serious? Wall Street's iconic charging bull activist vandalized by climate activists wielding not. What a bunch of clowns. Bunch of clowns. That's definitely going to get people on your side. Let me tell you that. That is definitely going to encourage people to be like, hey, these are rational people talking here. These are rational people. They might be making a good point. You're doing the exact opposite. You look like irrational people. What student loan borrowers need to know about involuntary collections? Oh, boy. What is going on here? Decision to resume So is that like wage garnishments or something? Yeah, there they are. Borrowers who remain in default may eventually have their wages automatically garnished. All right. What comes next with the fellow who are buying on May 5th? We will begin the process of moving roughly 1.8 million borrowers into repayment plans and restart collections of loans in default. Well, FYI, if you have a loan in default, it looks like they're coming for you. They coming. IMF slashes. Chevron sees no signs that the U.S. is closer. That's what I mean. That's why I just trade the charts. Because I know for sure that I've read other people saying that the U.S. is already in recession, is very close to slipping into a recession. And then we have Chevron CEO. No signs that the U.S. is even close to recession. That's why I just trade the charts. You look enough headlines, you're going to see everybody say anything and everything. Ooh, Bitcoin's back above 90,000, huh? Oh, boy. Late credit card payments have hit a record high. That's an ominous warning. The percentage of credit cards that were at least 90 days past due hit a 12-year high. Uh-oh. It also revealed that 11.2 are making just the minimum payment. That's not good. Americans are often behind their bills in January and February. Oh, of course, yeah, because that's right after Christmas. After breaking the bank there's usually a rebound in March and April, though, as consumers use their tax refunds to pay down debts. But these highs, coupled with collective credit card debt hitting a record, indicate greater consumer stress, according to the report. Oh boy, and if tariffs push up prices, that's not going to help. All right, there's our gander through the headlines for today. They were just online live. They were just online live on TV. Well, I mean, Ravshan, yeah, he might be live on TV, but there's a difference between being live and then speaking. I think we all thought that when you said he's live, that meant like he's live and speaking. Oh, JDA's back. Our good friend who likes to play the opinion, who likes to play the role of being all in on GameStop. Your opinion on Tesla earnings after market? Oh, I have no idea. I don't track any of that stuff. I just trade the charts. I'm a simple man. I just look at these charts and I think, okay, well, what's going to go on here? I have no idea. Clay, are you a golfer? In a very loose set of definitions, yeah, I'm a golfer. But that's very loose. Oh, Lord, they're coming. Secretary of White House, Caroline, is about to present a speech, Right Side Broadcasting Network. Gotcha. Well, so the speech must have started or something. Oh, Lord, they're coming. This is high risk. No, I can't even do that because even if it breaks there, it's going to potentially bump its head right on these supports. I was thinking about a quick scalp short, but there's just too many supports. Never mind. Last piece of advice. Oh, okay, you're giving Andrew some advice. Yeah, force fed. That's the. I mean, Andrew, you should hire Force Fed as your PR agency. A few decades to sell, take it or leave it. Yeah, I like I said, Andrew, Force Fed, Scott, the way he typed up that stuff, that was good. Crazy action though right now, getting pretty jumpy. It seems like it wants to make a push to the upside. Right now I'm fighting the live stream, like, okay. Let's go. Make some trades for the live stream. Make some streams for the live stream, but it's just like. Okay, that could be. Okay, all right. Well, it's almost, it's either going to bounce or it's going to flush, and it's going to be a super painful morning, but it's kind of already been a super painful morning. No, this is just speech stuff. Yeah. Right, somebody's talking right now, am I right? That's right at the 21. Oh, that is a good entry. Right, that's at the lows and the 21 EMA. Ooh, just down through there, though. I'm looking at the 5 minutes, so this really has nothing to do with what we're looking at there. Oh, boy. No, that was a nice entry. That made a whole lot of sense, and it just did not care about that level. Yeah, somebody's speaking. Wow. Oh, man. Yeah, that'd be account roasted. Emmy blew up again. Dude, JDA, what we know we don't care about no cryptos around here. Come on, man. Got out just in time. Woo. I don't know. It's just remember when I was thinking about getting short, but I didn't trust it because there were so many supports, but it just didn't care about any of that stuff. Do I scalp now to the short side? Try to play a little micro pullback somewhere? Back test and go. There we go. Yeah, is that going to be a back to... All right, let's look for... to come up and then a roll back over. If it V-shapes, that may be the account. Maybe that's what I'll play here. Risk the account, but it would have to take a V-shaped recovery for it to be the account. I'll do that because I don't think it's going to V-shape. I think there's enough downside momentum here to at least make something work. I know, but I got to come up a little bit. I don't want to chase it down. Okay, we'll see if it wants to... There we go. Right there. Let's see if we can get a... That's some volatility, boy. It is. It is. Come on. Come up to that red line. That's real. I say be careful. I think you can get a really good dip or momentum too high. Okay. All right. Well, how about you trade it, JDA? Instead of armchairing, grab your popcorn. Your popcorn. That was like a combination of prop firm and popcorn. I'm reinventing the English language on this thing. Grab yourself your prop firm, put on the trade, JDA. Let's go. I got the crypto dip. Oh boy, why? Oh, JDA, I don't know why I'm surprised. Some people, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. She is live. Okay. It's got downside, no doubt. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if I want to get in down here, though, but if I can get a little bit of a back test. We have been rallying since 2 p.m. yesterday. A pullback or consolidation is needed in speculation. Yeah, well, man, look at this 5-minute, though. Yikes. That ruined some longs days up there, that's for sure. Maybe it's about to ruin mine if it just snaps back up and V-shapes. Quick question, does the pro account still only up? Yeah, don't touch the pro account anymore. You're up 700, just leave it alone. Tomorrow it'll show up and tell you the money that's available to withdrawal, and then you're going to want to withdraw that. Do not touch it anymore. 18,340 would be nice. Oh, man. All right, where do I go long here? Because we're at the... All right, I'm going to try at the 50 period. This could be a disaster, but it is at the 50 period. Come on down a little bit more. In. Based on the 50-minute, or excuse me, the 5-minute. There we go. All right, let's, do I try again at the pivot point? Ooh, what is that? What is that? Is that this? Oh, no. Man, this thing is coming. I'm watching. Like I said, that was all based on the 5. I'm glad that was the scalp at the 50. I guess we'll just, so you can see what I'm watching on the 5-minute. I mean, you can see it here too. We'll watch both. There's a 5-minute, just straight down. Right off the pivot point. That's what I was thinking, but then I was like, oh, maybe I should wait for that low right there. I remember, for those of you that have been on that stream for a while, I put that line into play, I don't know, a long time ago. But we green. We green on the day. We are green. Got this area down here. Is this a buy down around here? I mean, we're catching falling knives right now. Go, go, catching falling knives. Make sure you don't get sliced. I just revealed my age there a little bit. I'm sure some of you will know the tune, though. Quite the plunge, though. Quite the plunge for sure. I'm not even looking for a one-time. I'm looking at. Like I gave you a chance to flex what you have with that graphic, and you bailed. Like I made a comment. I was like, "Oh, it doesn't sound you're really feeling it. Therefore I'm done." Like what? Huh? Can you use Ninja Trader on TPT? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I believe. Let's double check that. Yeah, there it is right there. Yep. So after you create your account, there you go. So you can indeed use Ninja Trader with Take Profit Trader. If you sign up for Imprezi, and if you want my kids to eat, code Clay. Code Clay. If you don't use code Clay, that means you're pro child starvation. My kids got to eat. All right. Is this a short now? Can we get a short? Is this some sort of dead cat bounce here? I mean, it bounced beautifully right off of that pivot point. Like I said, my mind was more at that level anyways, so it's easy to sit here and be like, oh, I was, yeah, I was so, no, Clay, you were thinking about right there. Well, that's quite the crazy move. I got 5 kids to feed yourself. Oh, what are their ages? Or ranges, I should say. Thinking of switching over if I blow this combine. Well, Pretzi, I'm hoping that you blow that combine. Blow that combine. Obviously, I hope you know that I'm kidding. Was this China trade deal rumors? No, supposedly somebody's talking. His press secretary. 12, 9, 8, 5, 9 months. Yeah, ours are pretty similar then. Don't ask me about all their ages. Our oldest on Thursday, so 2 days, is going to be our first teenager. And then we have the lowest is 18 months, I think. Boy. I better get off the NQs. Just use your code for a 50K account. Appreciate that, Drew. When my kids tonight are eating that juicy steak, they're going to say, Dad, thanks for this. I'm going to say, listen, kids, don't thank me. Thank Drew. Thank Drew. That's what I'm going to tell my kids tonight. Thank Drew. My oldest will be 15 in August, almost driving time. Oh, boy. Well, you have to give me some feedback on what you learned through that experience. Are you going to have more? No, I don't know. We don't plan too much. We kind of just let things happen. But I think we're feeling good where things stand. All right, here we go. It's right back down to that pivot point. Again, I still like these lows right here, but maybe I'm being a little too picky. I don't know. I kind of like, you got the double whammy of support right there. I like that. At this point, I'm green. I'm going to go a little extra picky. But yeah, if this thing wants to come down to that area right there, I think that's pretty spicy. Day 2 trading futures, and I will never trade options. Yes! Yes. Okay, Richard, please. Look at what Richard has to say. For any of you that are watching that are day traders of options and that have heard me say time and time again, I'm dead serious. Day trading options is pure and utter garbage compared to pan plant. There's so many things wrong. There's so many things that don't make any sense to day trade options. It is truly ridiculous. And now we have Richard, our newest options day trader convert, who has given Pam's plant a try. Pam's plant being right here. Whoops, no, that's not Pam's plant. There we go. Pam's plant being right there, which is an argument as to why it makes the most sense for day traders to day trade futures through a prop firm, especially. Now, it makes sense for everybody, but especially for day traders of options, that is the way. And we have had many, I've lost count now of how many people have day traded options, and to their credit, that they've been open-minded to hear me out, to hear what I have to say, and they've been like, you know what? They've had enough intellectual honesty with themselves to say, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a better way that I just haven't been aware of. Maybe that's possible, which is such a huge sign of intellectual maturity. They've tried Pam's plant, and now Richard is the newest person, and I quote, day true trading futures, and I will never trade options again. I'm telling you, options are pure garbage in the category of day trading compared to Pam's plant. 100% conversion rate. Every single options day trader that has done it, boom. I still enjoy options trading. Day trading or swing trading. Too many times in a Pam's... some people just can't resist the gutter. They just can't resist it. Well, then, I mean, you're thinker, then you're doing something mathematically provable makes no sense. I mean, that's as simple as that. If you want to do something that literally makes no sense from a mathematical provable standpoint, then I guess go for it. But, I mean, if we're all operating under the assumption, hey, let's do what's most efficient, let's do just overall the best, meaning the most efficient, well, then you would be saying, I'm just not going to do the most efficient thing. I don't care how much money you've made. That's irrelevant to the efficiency. You could have made way more if you're doing Pam's plant. That's what some people don't listen to the arguments. It's like, you're not being efficient. I've made money. Where did I say you can't make money? It's an efficiency argument. You're not being as efficient as possible. Like, remember the person earlier that was like, I shorted 60 shares of Netflix, and we did the math, and it's like, man, you used $60,000 of your capital to make $1,000. And then we had a member of the community who had $500 in the Pam's plant. So he had $500 in the prop firms, and he turned that into $5,000. It's like, do you see how one is more efficient than the other? It's an argument of efficiency, of risk management. It's not an argument. The claim is and has never been, well, you can't make money day trading any of those other things. That's not the claim. Still waiting for this thing to come down here. Interesting bounce point. Well, potential bounce point. We don't know if it's going to bounce from there. We'll see. Imagine Trump dies of a heart attack when you've put up $60K worth of capital to get $1K in a short. So you are thinking that would mean the markets would... Okay. Oh boy, now who said what? We are all over the place. Andrew, okay, here's Andrew. Here's what you need to do. I'm going to tell you how to work. Upwork. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how you get all this money so you can get into trading and do all this sort of stuff. Okay, and I'm right here. You're talking a big game, which is fine. Talk a big game. Be confident in yourself. I have no problem with somebody being confident. No problem at all. No problem whatsoever. Be confident. Talk a big game. Go to Fiverr right there. Create an account here. And then start to bid on people's projects. Start to offer your services. Let people rate you. Build up some clientele. And there you go. Another one I believe is... Is this another one? Yeah, right here. Upwork, same thing. Go here, create an account. So you can get Upwork, you can get Fiverr, build your portfolio, flex those muscles that you're talking a big game that you have, which is, again, is fine. Be confident. Zero problems with you being confident. Go build that up on these sites. People will pay you. And there you go. That's how you do it. Clay, I tried to send you a super chat. I did not get a super chat, Billy. Nope. I did not get it. Yeah, Thinker, okay, never mind. We got... If you want to deal with theta, that's fine. If you want to take on all that unnecessary risk, that's fine. But you're not going to convince me. Especially in the world of being a human. I'm sure you have bad days where you lose your mind, you go on tilt, you force trade, you revenge trade. You do that in the world of options, and you could be looking at a huge mess that you've created for yourself. And I don't think your claim is, well, no, Clay, I'm perfect. I always honor my rules. I never go. I'm a perfectly disciplined trader. I don't think that's your claim. And in the world of options, when you have those days, even though they may be few and far between, whoo, it can get nasty in a hurry. But yeah, the whole, like the options thing is so easy to refute. Like people okay, yeah, choosing to deal with theta, again, makes no mathematical sense. Again, the claim is not that you can't make money. It's just that you're being inefficient. Theta makes day trading very, very inefficient. I'm watching, Nick. I'm watching. All these people want me to YOLO my account into pure oblivion. I mean, it did bounce right off VWAP. But like I said, I wasn't a little interested. I kind of wanted the pink line. You got the breakdown? Good job, Ms. Nasir. Right off of VWAP, not quite. So what I'd like to see, let's see it come down, hit the purple, if I knew my colors, the pink line, and then go back up. I'm going to get long there at that green line if it wants to come back up to there. Unless this drops down through here even lower, to which I will no longer be interested because my risk profile will change too much. So I don't want to see the price coming down. Oh, never mind. My risk profile has changed. Cancel that out. Never mind. Who would want to be right on a trade and still be losing money because of theta? Oh yeah, that's true. You get IV too. You get those contractions. Like I said, some people, they just don't want to hear it. They're like, and all you can do is just okay. And you got to just let some people just want to do their thing. So be it. Got the full 10 points. Good job, Nasir. Nasir, are you a member of my... Oh, that was a nice move there. But right back down. Are you a member of my private community, out of curiosity, Nasir? Because I like you. Yesterday, you were, while some others were just completely armchair quarterbacking, you were actually mapping things out. You had one wrong, which was totally fine. But I like you. But step one, are you a member of my private trading community at the site, claytrader.com? Are you a member there? Man, this thing is just... I guess I could try a... Okay, well, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you this is what you're going to do. I like to use the live stream as a recruiting tool. If I see some... Now, everybody's obviously welcome to join. But Nasir, I want you to go and sign up for this right now. You will fit in great. You have the attitude. I like you. So just go sign up. Again, anybody can sign up. But some people are just like, hey, you'll fit in great. And you will fit in great. I promise. You'll love it. There's a ton of great futures traders in there. So please just go sign up. No, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, you have no choice. I don't want excuses. Just go do it. Sorry, Nasir, you have been chosen. You have no choice. I don't know. Is this thing's gonna flush down here to the now overnight high? Are we about to start to give back? Look at, wow, the 5 minutes, just wild. There's just some sort of bottom here that's forming. Okay, in. Out there for a little scalp. I don't even know how much I made on that. How much was I down? I don't remember. I think I was down 135, so a quick $30 scalp on that one. And in this situation, looks like I chose wrong to scalp. Earlier, remember, had I scalped, it would have been a green trade, but I chose not to scalp, and then it turned into a red trade. As of right now, it's looking like choosing a scalp was the wrong... Now, it was still the right move in the sense of, it was a green trade, but... Not, oh, the irony. Sometimes the market has a great sense of humor. Have you ever been here as a trader? We're like, all right, I'm not going to scalp. I'm going to let this thing work for me. And then you can play the game. Man, had I scalped, that would have been a green trade. But because I wanted more out of it, it turned into a red trade. And then on the trade, we're like, you know what? Let me just scalp on this one to get the green trade. So you scalp. And then it's the one where it's like, man, if I hadn't scalped, it would have been that much better. Somebody ever been there where it just seems like you can't quite do anything right for the day? Tip. Yeah. So if you've ever had one of these days, you're not alone. You're not alone. That trade off a higher hit rate, but smaller gains can definitely play on the psyche. Yeah. That's the only way. What's the only way? I'm not sure what's the only way. Now, is this a short up around here? Maybe. This wants to come back. Nope. Pushed up through there. Nah, I don't like the risk profile anymore. Nope. Oh, come on. I scalp, or I don't scalp, and then it costs me. Then I do scalp, and it's like, haha, sucker. Oh, Tab, are you a member? Oh, yeah, yeah. No, exactly. Well, why not, Tab? Get signed up. You're right. It's the only way. Come on, Tab. You see the link above? Let's go. I'm curious, Tab. You just started watching a couple days ago. How did you see? Or were you already subscribed to the channel? Or were you like never even heard of this Clay Trader thing until a couple days ago? Clay, are you a loser? It depends on how you define loser. Odds are I'm probably gonna answer yes, I'm a loser. But I guess I don't know. How would you define loser? Like I said, probably. My answer is probably gonna be yes, I'm a loser. Oh, I must have been subscribed actually. Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering if the live stream ever just like shows up randomly to people and they're like, Clay Trader, who's like Clay Trader? Okay, they're live. Let me just check it out. I wonder if if there's any new people coming in through that way. Again, if you are enjoying, please hit that like button. I think we got a chance to get up to 150 likes at least. So hit that like button so we can keep this party going. The live was not recommended to me until recently. Do you go live daily? I've been going live daily for the past 2.5 months about. Is C a bot? Clay, are you a loser? My interest is piqued, but I need to know, how are you defining loser? In what way am I a loser? Richard, so I can do 60 no, I don't think micro saw. I think you mean micros, yes. So I can do 60 micros in one trade or one right. Yeah. So what you're asking about here, if you're doing the 50K account, you can do up to 60 micros per trade. So not per day or anything like that, but for every trade, you could work your way up to the 60 micros. Oh, see, where did you go? I want to answer your question. Am I a loser? I think sometimes people freak out. So this is a working thesis that I'm coming up with. It's like maybe on most like live streams, the live streamer doesn't, like I said, this is a work in progress. But I think people show up and they're like, let me just type nonsense because whatever. And then the person actually replies and they're like, you know, they get all puckered up and they can't even type anymore. On average, how much can you make on 25K account? Well, I have no idea, coach. I'll answer it this way. On the 25K, you could get up to 30, or well, I'll just make some math easier. You get up to three of these contracts, okay? So if you have $105 in your pocket, you could get up to 3 of quote unquote these types of contracts. So just keep in mind what I'm talking about. So these types of contracts, if you were to get a move that, so right here, from here up to here, this distance, and quick futures lesson, the distance between these two numbers is 50. Hopefully you can all see that over here. So 50. So in futures, things move in points. So that would be 50 points. Now with this type of contract, again, the one that you could get up to 3 of, on one contract, per point equals $20. So for every point it moves, you get $20. So that little distance right there was 50 points. So let's pull out the calculator here. And if it was 50 points, and we know that each point is worth $20, that movement right there, that little distance, had you, bought right there and sold up there, that'd be $1,000 per contract. But as I just showed you, you could get up to 3 of those contracts. So we would multiply that by 3, and then this distance right there would have been potentially worth $3,000. So I know that's not quite answering your question, Coach, but hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what sort of movement potential is available within futures. Does that make sense? Does that at least help in one way or in another, Coach? Man, C still hasn't said anything? Oh, C lives in his mom's basement. Oh, C eats mom's meatloaf every night. Hey, Ma, where's the meatloaf? Oh, C. Oh, C, are you projecting? Oh, C. I think this is a long if it comes back down here. Oh, wow, Nathan, you are definitely a dad. Whoo! That's dripping dad joke right there. Spork to the rescue. Found Oh, here we go. We always got the butt bank, always in hindsight. Bro, I was bank. Okay, well, good job on your bank. Can you define loser? C. Bro, I was banking. How convenient in hindsight. Yeah. Everybody's always banking. They don't tell you what the trade was or anything. They're just banking, but force fed, Dumb and Dumber. Seabass said that. Well, yeah, if that's that nice gentleman over there. Found you a week ago and enjoy these live streams. Spork to the rescue. So, had you ever heard of Clay Trader at all before? Like, were you a subscriber to the channel? Have you ever been to the channel at all or watched any videos or anything? Or was it kind of just like random? Like, it just showed up on your recommended, showed up on your, like, hey, this Clay Trader guy is live. Yeah, so Coach, the numbers I just showed you, do you see how you, like I said, nothing is easy. I'm not saying anything is easy in day trading futures, but based on what I just showed you, do you see how, quote unquote, $500 is not like a big deal? Again, I don't want to make it seem like $500 is easy to make. I'm just saying that the way futures move, $500 is not like, you know, it's just, it's realistic. Let me put it that, I'll put it there. If you're going to say, man, I made $500 in futures, people will be like, hey, man, that's great. But it's not like, it's like, okay, yeah, that's futures for you. I remember seeing you set up all your indicators and modules, but I can't remember if it was live or uploaded. Yeah, Drew, if you run a search on... So if you go to claytrader.com blog. So if you go to the blog and then trade ovate, I'll just link it to you here. So right here is the video that you're referring to. I think that you're referring to. But if not, this will be the video that's closest to... There you go. Oh, see, he's still not talking. He's too busy banking again. He's a baller in hindsight. Oh, see. A loser is who does not have a live account. Gotcha. Okay. Then yes, I'm a loser. Well, I don't know. Are pro accounts, does that count as live? Or do you mean like anybody that uses a prop firm is a loser? Is that what you're asking about? Because I do have pro accounts. I do have those. Funded accounts, whatever you want to call them. But am I trading strictly my own money? No, bro. Bro, my ego is off the charts, bro. Unless you're trading with your own money, you're a loser. Okay, yeah, got it, yeah. So C is the guy that feels really good about himself until he goes on tilt one day and then loses his entire account. Of course, C is also the guy that would never come and explain that. C's also the guy that's just going to talk in hindsight and armchair quarterback everything. But yes, there is a class of people out there. that will be like, you're using a prop, even though you can back up. Well, here's the reason. Here's the math. No, bro. No, bro. You're a loser. Okay. Yeah, I know. But there's no point in telling him. That's absolutely right, Jonathan. It's like, yeah, I have thousands of videos of me trading. In fact, what I love about the prop firms now where I'm at is people would be like, Clay, cool story, but like nobody can relate to that live trade video because I noticed you just had like $80,000 of real money in that trade. Like most people don't have that. And it's like, that's fair. That's a fair point. But now when I talk about Pam's plant, man, it's so nice to be able to relate like something that anybody can do. So according to that, see, I mean, I could be a not loser. According to your premise, I could be like the coolest guy ever. Awesome, bro. He's using tight stops to make millions. That a boy, see. That a boy, see. We got a millionaire in the room here. See, he's making millions. He's making millions and he's hanging out in my live stream. I don't know why. But he's hanging out in as I got a millionaire. Oh boy. Please stick around, C. We're going to have fun with you, boy. I use stop loss and make millions. Oh, yeah? Well, my dad can beat up your dad. Did you ever think about that, C? My dad can beat up your dad. Yeah, that's kind of my thought, Cash, is like, it's weird how these millionaires that like, and they're, who knew their strategy was easy? It's just, I use a tight stop, but I make millions. Dang. That's it, huh? But I mean, we all know he's trolling. To be fair to him, he made it. He just kind of made it obvious at this point. So I do appreciate it. That was funny. That was good. I use a tight stop loss to make millions. Whoa, nice. Coming down. Crypto Dan, hey Clay, I'm just starting on futures trading as I'm used to Forex. Any advice? Make sure you're going through a prop firm. Futures move, and they can move very, very quickly. And especially as a beginner, if you're not quite used to how they move, as they can move very quickly, you don't want to be learning that with your own money. So make sure you go through a prop firm. If you want to support the channel, if you want to support the one that I use, because they're very clean and user-friendly for the beginner such as yourself. If you just use the link or the link that's pinned in the chat box, code Clay. Like I said, you don't have to use code Clay. If you want to support somebody else, that's fine too. But if you want to support the channel, code Clay will give you the promotion and all that. But that would be my biggest thing is, I'm glad that you're doing futures now. Fantastic. But as a beginner, especially, you don't want to be doing futures with your own money. So that'd be my biggest bit of advice. Does that make sense, Crypto Dan? Good question, and I love it. You're gonna look at Forex and you're gonna be like, what was I doing? What was I doing with my life? Man, these futures move so much better. That's what you're gonna be saying. See, what are you doing here? Where's your entry point? Where's your short, target, and stop loss? Let's map out a trade plan, my friend. We got a millionaire trader in here. Let's see it. What are you thinking? I don't want to hear about something after you're already in. Thanks much. Good. You're welcome, Dan. Happy to help. So let's map out something with an entry point before it's already been there. None of this nonsense of, oh, I got in up here. I'm sure you did. But like, let's help us out. You're a millionaire here. You're using tight stops. Let's map out a trade plan. Let's all learn. Teach us. My ego's not too big. I fully admit I can learn from others. Let's go. Let's learn. So while we wait for C to map out a trade plan, I called it short after bad news till now. Okay. Cool. Cool. How about you call something now? What's your newest call? What's your newest call? I called it short. What? Yeah. Okay. That means nothing. We are going downtown. Okay. Well, where are you getting? Where are you getting in right now? Where's your entry point? Where's your stop? And where's your target? That's what I'm asking you. See, we are going downtown. Okay. Cool. Well, explain. We are going downtown. How exactly are you going to profit from going downtown? Again, what is your short entry point? Where is your stop loss? And then where is your target? Let's get these all in play right now. I'll map it out and we'll follow it. I mean, I'm excited for a millionaire trader to teach us something. Okay. Again, I need 3 parts. What is your entry point? And you say you use tight stops. Cool. Where's your stop? And then where is it headed? Where's your target? Again, we need these numbers before they get to these numbers. You said we are going downtown. Fair enough. Tell us how you're going to capitalize and make money on going downtown. I'm going to short. That's too broad. You can't say I'm going to go short. Where are you going to go short? Where's your stop loss going to be and where's your target? We're going to be learning from a millionaire trader. This is going to be awesome. How privileged are we all here? A millionaire trader has come by to educate us. This is going to be amazing. He needs it to go down first so he can tell you. Oh, yeah, no kidding, Stusher nailed it. Obviously short at the top and cover at the bottom, you idiots. Well, you're right. You're right, Stusher. You're right. You're right. I take only one good trade and am already in trailing right now to the okay. Okay, well, tell us all. Like, what would your new trade be? Like, it seems like you have a great eye for the market. So give us another trade plan. Amazing how these millionaire traders can never actually everything is already where things have been, or I'm already doing this, or I'm already in this position. Amazing. It's weird. It's weird. But you say, well, why don't you give us something based on all this, on the unknown? And they pucker up. They just can't do it. Come on. You said it's going downtown. Okay, fine. If we're going downtown more, where would you be at right now? Where would your entry point be? Where would your stop be? Where would your target be? Man, I'm pumped. We got a millionaire trader here. Millionaire trader here. Can't wait to see how he reads this market. Tells us how. I mean, he's already said broadly we're going downtown. So I'm looking forward to how we could make money with his comment that we're going downtown. Okay, we're going downtown established. Now let's get to the finer tuned details. How would you play this to make money going downtown? Red Tiger, we won't worry about those details. That's a very astute observation on your part. But you know what? Like I said, we want to address that. We want to address that. Man, this anticipation is killing me. I mean, how cool is this, though, everybody? How cool is it? We got a millionaire trader here right now. Absolutely amazing. Millionaire trader currently looking through Twitter to make a prediction. Yeah. I mean, he's like, I mean, this is, well, I don't, come on. I'm waiting on the I'm waiting to be a millionaire. I'm waiting to turn us all into a millionaire. He's gone silent, though. Bro, I don't use target. I'm trailing wherever it goes and remove my stop loss when it was good. Okay, gotcha. So I'm not asking. I'm asking, what would you do? You made a comment. We're going downtown. Okay, how would you play this? How would you make money from going downtown from this point? I'm taking your claim. Your claim was we're going downtown. Okay, cool. So where would you get short? What is your entry point, and what would your stop be? That's all I'm asking. You said earlier we're going downtown. So you believe that this is going to continue on down. Okay, fine. Where is your entry point? Where is your stop loss in that situation? I'm not saying you have to scalp it. I'm asking you. You're the millionaire trader here. I'm the loser. Oh, see. Come on, man. Give us some numbers. Why are you talking in generalities? Come on, Cash. That's mean. That's mean. Amazing. Millionaire trader shows up. Acts all cocky. We're all losers, and then he can't even give us anything. Like, it's amazing. You ask somebody a very basic question. Okay, cool. You think we're going down. So how would you capitalize on that? And then you ask people for exact numbers. Okay, where'd your entry point be and where would your stop be? And then, good grief, you get every excuse in the world. Well, I'm already done. I'm this, I'm that. I already made my money. It's like, huh? Again, you're the one that said it's going down. If you would have said, I don't like any setups here, I don't know which way it's going, that's different. You said it's going downtown. That was your claim, not mine. So how would you make money on it? That's my question. Teach us. Millionaire trader that uses a tight stop. It's almost like this dude just started trading last week. And it's almost like this dude is probably like 16, trading under his mom's social security number so he could get a prop firm. That's what it's almost like. See, are you eating meatloaf right now? Come on. See, be honest. Are you eating some meatloaf right now? See, he's eating meatloaf. That's why he's not replying. He's got all this ketchup and stuff on it. I don't know. Do you guys put ketchup on your meatloaf? He's got all this stuff on his fingers. I don't want to get my keyboard. It's not even my keyboard. My dad's going to get upset at me if I get ketchup all over his keyboard. I better go wash my hands, you know? And then radio silence. Amazing. Amazing how that works. You ask for a few details and all of a sudden, this is what I've been talking about time and time again. It's easy to make a claim. I think it's going to pull back and go. But remember from the start of this live stream, I had that trade. I was like, I think it's going to pull back and go. And it did that and it was huge. But does anybody remember? Did I make money from it? I didn't. Why? Because my entry point was off. It's easy to talk in generalities and make general claims and say, see, I was right. That doesn't mean anything. So, like I love how sometimes these live streams, like you can't even script it. Like the learning lessons that you have earlier and then how those learning lessons get reinforced later on. I mean, these really are a cool learning tool. Now, granted, that does operate under the assumption that you've been here since the beginning. But those of you that I know, a lot of you have been hanging out the whole time. You've seen me. You know exactly what trade I was talking about. Where I called it, I think it's going to come up, pull back, and then go. And it did all of that. But I just watched the balloon float away because I didn't get the finer tuned details. My entry point was off. Bro, let me see where you are going, complainers. Notice, he refuses to do it. He refuses to do it. Isn't that amazing? I don't even know what he's asking. Bro, let me see where are you doing, complainers. I don't know what that means, but what I do know is that he's avoiding giving us a trade plan. Even though he said we're going downtown, why won't he give us a trade plan? I'll tell you what he's doing right now. If it goes down, he'll say, see, I told you so. Right? Isn't that an easy game to play? He will not do it. He refuses to give us an entry point and a stop loss. But yet we're the losers, apparently. Okay. If you have not hit that like button, hit the like button for C. If you're a loser, hit the like button. Hit the like button for C. Let's see know how many losers are in here. All right, see, watch that likes go up. That's how many losers are in here. Hit the C for like, or hit the like, so C knows just all the losers that are here. All right, I guess only one. All right, there we go. We got some more losers here. That's the thing. I try to be fair to everybody. If you want to show up and claim to be a millionaire trader, that's cool. But you got to be able to map. Let's go. Let's do something in real time. But again, to be fair to C, he made it pretty obvious up front that he was just a troll. I make millions with a tight stop loss. Gotcha. Well, we do have a pennant here, which I am watching and wondering about. So there is the bottom of the pennant, top of the pennant, just right across. I mean, you got the VWAP there. You got the 200 period. You have the 21 now sloping down. So if we use that as basically the top part. And then for you golfers out there, let me put the golfle up here, upside down pennant. So we're looking at a bear pennant pattern. Good grief. He refuses. See, dude, just stop, man. Just stop. We've been asking for a trade plan for the past 15 minutes, and he just won't give us anything. Like, so one of you already mentioned, one of you already nailed it. He's waiting for it to first go down and then be like, yeah, see, I made millions on it with a tight stop. See, it went down. No, not time to ban. C is too funny. Too funny. But Mark, did you know that you're a loser? Mark's a loser for using $500 to turn into $5,000. Did you know you're a loser because you did that? Idiot prop firm trader. What a loser. Uses $500 to turn it into $5,000. What a loser. How does it feel to be a loser, Mark? Again, Mark, in the chat room there, he had 5 accounts, which cost him $500. He eventually got $5,000 in payout. So he literally had $5,000 all in invested, and he turned that into $5,000. Yet, according to C, he's a loser. Now I have to give you a trade plan? Give me a call, long or short now. I will believe you. What? You're the millionaire trader here. What are we doing? You're the millionaire. I'm the loser. What are we talking about? Do you see how... This is good. James Duncan, I closed most of my position, but I believe another big downtrend is coming. All right, James, well... The bear pennant is really no longer a bear pennant. Yeah, Nathan too. Nathan is somebody else that's taken quite a few prop firm payouts and have a very nice return on investment. Nathan, you are also a loser. You're a loser from the guy that refuses to give us a trade plan, is now saying that I need to give him a trade plan. Like, isn't that amazing? The millionaire trader refuses, just won't do it. Do you trade SPY 0? No, because that's the dumbest thing you could do ever, Gaminator. Why suffer through theta? I am banking already. Of course you are. We all want to see from you. See, you're talking a big game. You're not backing anything up. All we want is a trade plan from you, and you won't give us one. So excuse us if we all think you're a troll who lives in your mom's basement, which is where I am at. Now, to be fair, do I know that? No, I don't know that. But, does it seem very, very plausible? Yeah, it does. But no, Gaminator, 0 DT options. I understand why you would do that, because they can move very quickly in your favor. But theta and all that stuff, the fact that you're using your own money to do that, just doesn't make any mathematical sense when there are other choices available out there to you. Namely, Pam's plant, which is day trading futures through a prop firm. But you are taking on crazy amounts of risk to deal with theta. When you can get even better moves, yes, I'll say it, you can get even better moves day trading futures than you can with 0 DTE options. So no, I don't do that. I used to do the zero DT NDX option, stuff like that. But yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. What is that logo by C's name anyways? What even is that? I don't know. I'm trying to look. I don't know how to make logos bigger. No, Andrew, I'm not going to tell you that. That's like an alcoholic saying, "Can you please tell me how to where the liquor store is?" Andrew, you don't know how to trade. Like why are you literally, and that's fine. We all start off not knowing how to trade. But like the last thing you should be focused on right now is, where do I copy trade? So you want to blow up your accounts even quicker? That Allah, it means that, or is THTA, or is that a typo, Nasir? Oh, that's Allah. That it means, what does it mean? It means Allah, or it means that's Allah? What's your go-to technical analysis? I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean? Like, I would say this, Germinator, any patterns that you use on SPX or the zero DTS or SPY options, yeah, it's the same patterns in futures because it's all just technical charts. So whatever works for you, whatever patterns you like for your zero DTE options, it's still just charts in futures. The only difference for you, instead of using charts to trade zero DTE SPY options, you would now be using charts to day trade futures. I already went to downtown. You were too... Yeah, no. You said it was going downtown, and I asked you, how would you capitalize? You never gave us an answer. Now you're saying that I was too slow. No, exactly. Oh, he's Afghan? Wait, I'm so confused. Okay. How do you trade futures? Is it same as index? Yeah. So it's the same as options. So you trade contracts. So right here on this platform, well, the platform that I use is nice. So watch, I can click here and I can buy three. Buy three of what? Well, 3 contracts. You can change it up here. So it's very, like I said, I'm just using charts. So if I think this thing is gonna break out here, I could, click here and do a buy stop. So wait for it to come up here and buy up through there. But yeah, that's how you do it. It's very, like I said, you're just using the chart. How I do it is, and how I would recommend, is through a prop firm. So the prop firm that you see there will take you to this site if you use the link that you see. You'll pick what purchasing power do you want. You'll choose that during the platform. The one that you're witnessing here, you would choose Tradeovate. The site will sign up and create a Tradeovate account for you and then email you your login information. And then you will go and pass the test. Once you go from your test into your pro, that is where you can start to make money. And all this is accomplished with, at the end of the day, only 100. Assuming you do the 25,000 purchasing power, you only have $105 at risk. That's it. So if something crazy happens and a big spike or something happens and you lose 1,500, yes, you'll technically fail the test, but you can always try again for $100. But the point being is, if you're using your own money with zero DT options and a big spike happens, something crazy happens, and it's $1,500 lost, well, that is all $1,500 of your money from your wallet gone. With prop firms, it's only the cost of the account. So yes, you lose the account, but in all actuality, you only lose the cost of the account, which is 105. So that's a very quick little kind of overview, but that is how it works. It is simulated during test phase, and then it starts off simulated, but eventually you'll end up in a live account. But yes, it is a way for you to make real money. I'll bring it up again. Mark, who just commented a few comments above yours, he just had 5 accounts because you can do multiple accounts. But he had 5 accounts for a total of $500 that he spent out of his pocket, and then he's been paid $5,000. So in other words, he turned that $500 into $5,000. So yes, it is real money. It is real money. You can get paid real money. I'll put it that way. But yes, during the test phase, it is simulator. That way, you know, any money that's made, actually not any money's being truly made, but same with loss. Because some people are like, well, Clay, how is that a sustainable business model? That sounds like a scam. How in the world can a company only get 105 from you, but then let you lose 1,500 of their own money? Well, again, because this is all, it's a simulator during the test phase here. Same things here. Other people are like, well, that seems like a scam. Like, so they're going to let you make $1,500, but you don't get to keep any of that during the test phase? What a scam. Well, again, there hasn't actually been $1,500 made because this is all just a simulator. So that always a good observation of that doesn't seem like a viable business model. Seems like a scam. Totally get it, but that is why it's all in a simulated environment there. Is the position... Oh, if the position is open and loss is $1,500, would you lose the account? Yes. Yes. If it hits $1,500, you're gone. Again, they're going to force you to manage risk. They're not going to let you hold and hope. Well, I hope it comes back. No. If it hits $1,500, you gone. Manage risk. That's one of the parts of Pam's plant. That's one of the built-in risk things. They're going to force you to focus on risk control. See, we're still waiting for a trade plan. All we've got, we've all asked and waited for trade plans. All we've gotten from you is excuses. We ask for trade plans. All we get are excuses. So, with all due respect, see, I don't think there's a single person in this entire chat box that has that respects you at all or even believes you at all. I usually I don't try to speak for everybody, and I'm not going to speak, but I think highly, highly likely that we're all just laughing at you. And I don't want that to be the case. That's why I want you to prove yourself, but you won't do it. Hey, do we have 11 more likes out there? That'd be great if we could push this up to 150 likes. Can we get 11 more likes? If you have not yet hit the like, if you've been having a good time, if you found this valuable, if it's helping, I don't know, your day at work go by a little bit quicker. If you've been entertained, all of the above, any of the above, hit that like button. Would love to see this get up to 150 likes. I don't know. Is this a short right here? It's right at this resistance. I'm waiting for C to tell us how we're supposed to bank on this movement. He won't do it, though. How do I access index options? No, you're not trading options anymore. You're trading futures, which are contracts. I would recommend you start with MNQ. MNQ. That's what you want to start with, which cares about what the NASDAQ market is doing. And then once you get more comfortable, you can go to NQ, and NQ are the volatile beast. That's true. He is. So start with MNQ. Yes, you don't know how to trade, Andrew. That is, yeah, you don't know how to trade. That's why I'm saying learn to trade first and then worry about all this other stuff. I'm not saying that to be mean. We all start off not knowing how to trade. So I mean that's not like a judgment. I'm just saying like that's where you're at in your journey. The only shameful thing would be when somebody doesn't know how to trade, but they're telling themselves that they do know how to trade. That's the problem. But like any respectable trader, any like mature trader, anybody that's actually gone through the journey is going to applaud you. Be like, hey, yeah, good on you for saying you don't know how to trade. No judge. I mean, we all start there. I'm glad you're acknowledging it. Like, there's zero shame. The only part where it gets shameful and dangerous is if you don't know how to trade, yet you're telling yourself you know how to trade. That's where the problems arise. I've been following Clay since 2016. Oh, you've been around a long time. He has good content. Well, the Gaminator, get into, use a link that's at the top, that's pinned. Get yourself the prop firm. You'll love futures. I'm actually a great trader. Trading is basic as long as you are patient. Okay. All right. Well. Then go out there and trade, man. Go out there and trade. See, I see. No pun intended. Continues to refuse to give any sort of trade plan. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. I've been day trading for 5 years, blew a bunch of prop challenges, learning the new platform. Yeah, it happens. The only bad question is the one you don't ask. Yep. Again, Andrew, I don't know what else to tell you. I literally just gave you your business model. You talk a big game for all this stuff you can do, which is great. Again, I want to really reiterate. There's no problem in talking a big game and being confident. But Fiverr and Upwork will allow you to demonstrate that and make money. Then you can take that money, you can buy these prop firm accounts, and per your premise that you are, I think you said great, yeah, a great trader, then there you go, and you're off. Like that's the model. That is the model. I'm not quite sure what else, because I do know a little bit more how you've had some circumstances and you're kind of constrained. You got to work from home. I'll just put it that way. Well, there you go. Fiverr and Upwork allow you to work from home. Go do it. Are you signing up right now for them? That's my question. Are you signing up for them right now? The answer is, actually, Clay, I've already signed up for them because I gave you that idea like 20 minutes ago. Like, sometimes life is not rocket science. If you just listen to people, you can help them out. And I've listened to you. You've talked a big game. That's great. You say you got a bunch of skills. Fantastic. Now because I've listened, I've told you where you can go work from home to monetize those skills, to get yourself money. Then you can take that money, go buy the prop firm accounts, and because you're a great trader, there you go. Like, what else do you want from me? I just mapped it out for you. I'm only blowing accounts because of psychological aspect. Well, then you're not a great trader. You know, you're not a great trader if you're desperate. Great traders don't try to make home runs. Now we have a contradiction of terms here. But again, I've mapped it out for you. There's literally nothing else I can do for you. I've listened to you, and because I've listened, I literally just mapped it out, all out for you. So have you even have you signed up already for Fiverr and Upwork? That's my question that I want answered right now. No, he's too busy trying another prop firm. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I tried. Please don't tell me that money came from your sister. That's what irritates me the most in all this. Dude is taking money from his sweet sister when there is another way for you to get money. I want you to think about that. Oh, I'm about to go into dad mode here. Oh boy. Better take a breath. I'm about to go into dad mode here. Should I go into dad mode? I don't know. Whoo! I can feel it. Set this kid straight. I'm about to. Is it better to trade SPX futures? Dude, Gaminator, come on, man. Dude, I just explained all this to you. Yes. Ditch the options. Ditch the options. There's no theta with futures. Zero theta. That should be reason enough. Yeah, falling forward, that's not quite an option for him. You're not wrong, but like I said, because I've listened to Andrew through emails and stuff like that, that one's not actually an option. But in a lot of other situations, you're absolutely right. Okay, so in other words, no, you haven't created a Fiverr account. Oh boy. Whew, the dad really wants to come out. Like if I was your dad and I'll just put it this way. You claim to have a skill set that could allow you to get money. Yet you are choosing to not use this skill set because you have a sweet sister that's willing to give you the money. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop taking advantage of your sweet sister and go use your skill set to make money and make your own money. That's what I would tell you. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Like, you really need to think about what you're doing. Your words, not mine. You have the skill set, yet you won't do the skill set. Because they don't need to help you. That's why. That's my point. You don't need the help, per your own words. I'm a baller. I can do graphic design. I can drive traffic. I can do all this sort of stuff. Fantastic. But then what do you need help for? You have a skill set. Go use it. But you don't want to. You want the easy money. You're taking advantage of your family. Because you're the premise of your question I reject. How is family helping family bad? Because you don't need help. It's a faulty premise of your question. You don't need help. Per your own admission, you have this great skill set. You don't want to use it. You are making your family think you may need help. Now all of a sudden are you lying to your family? Like I said, I listen. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. You don't need help from anybody. You're the one talking about how great of a skill set you have. Again, great. I'm glad you're confident. But you're doing nothing to take advantage of it. Wow, I just went into full-blown dad mode, huh? That's one thing that I think is a strength. Hey, Clay, what do you think one of your strengths? I like to listen. I think that's why the podcast went so many years. Because I like to just get to know people. I like to hear them out. I like to listen. I like to ask questions. So I do listen. And I have listened to you, Andrew, which is why I know I reject the premise of that. How is family helping family bad? I can tell you exactly how. Because you don't need help. Man, we're at 3 hours and 40 minutes. Man, when you're in dad mode, time flies by. Can we get like 4 more likes? Just, let's push this up to 150 likes. With SPX future. Stop talking about SPX. Just, all you got to do is trade NQ. Can you sell them anytime or do you have to wait until they expire? No, man, you just day trade them. Like, buy and sell as much as you want every single day. If you've been watching me since 2016, please just trust me. You're good. Sign up for the prop firm, start trading futures, and you're going to be like, wow, this is so much better. Please. You said I have good content. I appreciate that. Please just take that and just trust me that I'm giving you good content right now. That just stop trading options. Stop day trading options and go day trade futures. Andrew, that's not the prop. She doesn't need to lend you a single penny. I don't care how much I would be telling you the same thing. Like, what? She only lent me a penny. That doesn't change my argument. Yeah, you don't need a penny. It's you refusing to use your skill set. Go sign up for Fiverr and Upwork and stop making excuses. Well, to be fair, she's enabling him, but who knows what he's telling her. Sweet little sister. This is my own thing. No, that's not true. And the fact that you admitted to already knowing about Fiverr and Upwork and you still haven't done it says so much more. Man. Maybe this will have to be a new segment. Sometimes we'll look at the current events, we'll look through the headlines. Maybe we need to have like the dad mode segment. Obviously, anybody is more than welcome to disagree if we have other dads on there, and if you would handle the situation different, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I don't know if we'll agree, but hey, we can always be respectful and agree to disagree. But in my mind, if somebody says they got a skill set and there's a way for them to monetize that skill set, well then what? They don't need help with anything. They should be going to monetize a skill set, not taking money from their younger siblings. Futures through the prop firm need to be closed by 5 p.m. Eastern, no expiration. Yes, yeah, that's true, Richard. Dads equal tough luck. Yeah, I guess. Like I said, I'm not by no means a perfect father. I'm sure I've given a lot of probably not so. I'm just like a dad, like everybody else. We're doing our best. We're trying to figure it out as we go. But this one seems pretty straightforward. Ooh, next podcast, dad mode. The dad mode segment. Yeah, maybe we might have to start to implement that. The dad mode segment. We kind of had that with C. How do you lose credibility in a hurry? We don't need to revisit that one. So C got a little bit of dad mode, but we tried with him. He's having a bad day. He's only up 1.2 million on the day. Not his normal 3 million. If nothing else, I mean, the thing is, I like Andrew. He seems like a nice guy, but he does not seem like the hardest worker. I like people who are like, let's hustle and grind. He does not want to hustle and grind. What is your proof of that, Clay? Well, apparently, per your own statements, you've already known about Fiverr and Upwork, yet you have not still gone and signed up for them. Instead, you've literally begged on here a couple times. Can you just hook me up with just $20? Like, what are you doing? All right, we're at 3 hours and 45 minutes. I'm mentally burnt out. So if you could all just oblige me, let me do a couple of sales pitches real quick. No seriousness though, I am offering a free webinar this Thursday. So if you want to learn more about the tools I'm using, how I manage risk, how I build consistency, you can check out that link right there. And then if you do want to join my private community, which several people have now from the live stream, it's a great group. We have a great time. We have a bunch of great traders. If you, a lot of you are actually, I'm getting to know you. Please seriously consider joining. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, and it's well worth the value. So you can check that out. And then yes, if you want to support the channel and you're a beginner to prop firms, I would highly recommend Take Profit Trader. Again, the link is tagged in the comment section. It's also down below the video. Check it out. Use code CLAY to get the discount. And then for any of you that are more advanced prop firm traders, again, if you're just looking to support the channel, maybe you need some more Apex accounts, or you're whatever reason, but again, you want to support the channel. By this point, I'm sure you're well aware of the 80% sale, but like I said, if I'm just coming from the angle of if you want to support the channel, code CLAY will allow you to get the deal and then just to support the channel there. So she's not my daughter, and I never even asked her. She just offered. I know she's not your daughter. She's your sister. And I don't care if she didn't offer. You should have said, no, I don't need any of your money because I have a skill set that I can go monetize. That should have been your answer. That should have been your answer. A caring big brother would have been like, hey, little sister, that's so nice of you, but I am awesome at this skill. So I'm going to go use Fiverr and Upwork to take this skill, monetize it, so I can generate my own money. That's what like a good big brother would do. Okay? Maybe that sounds mean, but it's that's my opinion at least. She offered you help for some reason because you made her think you need help. You don't need help. Anyways, I'm out of here. I went into dad mode with Andrew. He ain't gonna listen. He ain't gonna listen. So it is what it is. But everybody take care. For those of you that hang out, I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern at the very latest. And good stream. Good stream. We got a new segment, dad mode. And the stream is growing. It's building. We're figuring new things out. I'm enjoying it. You were a great group. We got 150 likes. Please check out the private community. Like you would fit in great and would love to have you. But have a good one, everybody.